66 just to the west of Gunnery Road. If you're heading west of Gunnery, I would stick to Leonard. Also, a tap on the brakes on Gunnery heading northbound to Lee Boulevard. The Drink News traffic.
Valentine's Day is Sunday, and we have you covered when it comes to making it a special night. New at 6 o'clock, affordable options for a romantic night out.
And after the break, big changes coming to spring training. What to know about a Major League Baseball plan that could keep your favorite teams out of Southwest Florida this year.
92.5 Fox News.
When only the truth will do.
Let Naples Shutter enhance your home's beauty and increase its value. From our legendary all-wood plantation shutters made right here in Naples for over 40 years, to luxurious blinds and shades, to the unique island appeal of Bahama shutters, Naples Shutter has you covered with a lifetime guarantee and over 40,000 satisfied customers. Call 239-566-8161 today for a free estimate. That's 239-566-8161 or visit naplesshutter.com.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with, and it's risky to be indoors with them too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Do you suffer with knee pain that's keeping you from doing the activities that you enjoy most? Have you tried physical therapy or pain medications that didn't seem to work? You must find the underlying problem that's causing your knee pain if you ever want relief without taking endless drugs. Our experienced medical team at Optimal Health Clinic is trained to properly find the cause of your knee pain. After a thorough knee evaluation, we'll review your case further in order to develop a specific knee treatment plan customized for you. Our goal is to finally get rid of your knee pain and increase your function once and for all. We're offering a free no-obligation knee pain consultation for the first 25 callers. Call 239-317-7240. That's 239-317-7240. Imagine being able to live your life without knee pain. Call today for your pain-free tomorrow. 239-317-7240. That's 239-317-7240.
Welcome to Smart Floors. For a limited time, Smart Floors is offering contractor pricing on all CoreTech vinyl luxury flooring. CoreTech, normally priced at $399 a square foot, is yours for only $299. And CoreTech, that's $599, is now only $449. No gimmicks, no hassles, just smart service at a smart price. In Naples, next to Home Goods in the Park Shore Plaza.
When shopping for new floor, we stand for so much more. Smart service, smart prices, Smart Floors.
Proud to be right 24 hours a day.
92.5 Fox News.
Major changes to spring training games, and it means you could miss out on seeing your teams here in Southwest Florida. Major League Baseball says a plan is under review this morning that would keep teams that train on the West Coast and East Coast apart for spring training ball games. So that means teams on the East Coast of the state, like the Cardinals, Mets, and Nationals, would not come to Lee County this year. And one Cardinals fan who moved to Port Charlotte all the way from Missouri says seeing his team was something he was really looking forward to.
I'm not real willing or able. I haven't had my COVID shots. So I really don't want to travel that far away. And I was thinking, maybe I would go to the games here in Port Charlotte and in Northport and down in Fort Myers, like I did last year when the Cardinals came.
Major League Baseball says they are still reviewing this plan. We'll let you know what they decide to do.
And the Red Sox equipment truck is making its way down to Fort Myers for spring training. It's carrying 20,000 baseballs, 1,000 bats. The bus left for the 1,400-mile journey yesterday. It's expected to get to JetBlue Park Thursday. Training starts February 17th.
Celebrating a Super Bowl title just does not get old, even if you've done it a few times already. Check out this video of Bucs star Rob Gronkowski at Disney World. The night before, he and Tom Brady were in the iconic commercial at the end of the Super Bowl, shouting they're going to Disney World. Brady is expected to visit the Magic Kingdom in the coming months.
An overnight shooting in Fort Myers puts 2 people in the hospital. We know from police coming up next.
Plus, millions of small businesses are popping up around the country. New at 6 o'clock, why you or many people you know are willing to risk it all.
And former President Donald Trump's second impeachment trial set to start today. In our next hour, we're breaking down what to expect as both sides prepare to present their case.
And you have to see this shot of downtown Fort Myers now. You can see that fog blanketing the area. At the top of 6, we are going to access our network of cameras and give you a live look across Southwest Florida.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip of the day. We're not the best AC contractor because we say so. Kobe Cooling has been voted the best air conditioning contractor here in Southwest Florida year after year in the News Press poll. We don't offer cheap service calls that end in expensive sales calls, and we don't use jack-of-all-trade technicians. Our team members are not there to fix your plumbing, and they're not going to cut your grass. Our NATE certified mechanics are there to service your air conditioning needs, and they are the best in the business. Kobe Cooling is not just living up to the title of best air conditioning company in Southwest Florida, we're living up to your expectations too. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, and voted best air conditioning contractor year after year in the News Press poll. We're the best because you say so, not because we do. Call us at 239-482-1542. License CACO 57313.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings. Not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
A second impeachment trial. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but this time Donald Trump is no longer president.
The whole point of impeachment is lost when the person is no longer in office.
And so Republicans like Senator Lindsey Graham argue it's unconstitutional, and that's the first issue that will be debated at the Senate trial today.
Relying on a fringe legal theory that has been roundly debunked.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, House Democrat impeachment managers will argue Trump incited last month's deadly Capitol attack, calling it the most grievous constitutional crime ever committed by a president.
The Trump legal team calling the trial nothing more than political theater, filing a brief stating, quote, Mr. Trump used the word fight a little more than a handful of times, and each time in the figurative sense that has long been accepted in public discourse. It was not and could not be construed to encourage acts of violence.
That's Fox's Griff Jenkins. President Biden has already undone some Trump immigration policies and is prepping new guidance for immigration and customs enforcement to deport fewer immigrants here illegally.
Including those convicted of what are being called less serious offenses like drunk driving and assault. Instead, ICE will be focusing more resources on national security issues and high-risk individuals like suspects in sex crimes and gang members.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez.
Texas Sheriff A.J. Louderback accuses the federal government of promoting a lawless attitude that will get Americans hurt or killed.
In Louisiana, 4 state police troopers have been arrested, charged with deactivating their body cameras, excessive force, and making false statements. One of the Supremes has died. Mary Wilson was one of the singers in the popular Motown group of the 60s and 70s that ended up with 12 #1 hits. She died in Las Vegas. Mary Wilson was 76. America's listening. Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. There's a crash in Fort Myers at Fiddlesticks and Daniels Parkway, slowing traffic slightly northbound on Fiddlesticks heading to this intersection. We still look great, though, on the Daniels extension, commuting between 75 and 82. Now, if you are in Lehigh Acres, there's a slowdown on 26 heading to the west of Gunnery. The faster option, 82 or Leonard. Also delays building on Sunshine Boulevard heading north to Lee Boulevard. And we have fog this morning. I'm sure as you're looking over your dash commuting in Southwest Florida, it's very dense in some parts. Make sure to watch that following distance. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this morning, dense fog advisory in effect. Visibility at or below 1/4 mile in spots. Gradually, that will try to improve between 9 to 11 a.m. For this afternoon, mostly sunny, warm, high temperature of 84 degrees. However, even fog will be possible this afternoon along the coastline. More areas of fog tomorrow morning as we go back up into the mid-80s for your unseasonably warm Wednesday afternoon. Eventually, some rain chances do start to return Thursday, Friday, and all the way towards the weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
Whether you're a homeowner or a contractor who wants the finest countertops, choose Rock Solid, a company you can trust.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
You need a fast, reliable network. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business and add advanced security with Comcast Business Security Edge. They have 24/7 support, it's fast internet, and advanced security made simple. Bounce forward with Comcast Business.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Valentine's Day is a celebration of love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd through Valentine's Day for 27% off all diamond stud earrings, diamond heart pendants starting at only $399, and the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you want the ability to adjust your loan options in real time, Rocket can.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I'm so glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592. That is the
The talk and text line, we stream live, drewsteele.com. There's the website. It is mobile friendly. We set it up that way. Jake set it up that way. He did just such a great job. It took him about 10 minutes. And that's all it is. It's simple. It's basic. It's simple. We just want you to be able to watch the program, drewsteele.com, Steele with 3 E's. You can still go to Facebook, facebook.com/DrewSteele And you can always go to YouTube if you'd like. Whatever. I'd say subscribe to the channel on YouTube, but you know what? You do what you want. I just want to be able to bring the program to you. That's it. Hey, coming up on today's program, we are going to hunt you down and find you if you are maskless, according to the mayor of the city of Tampa. That's the new thing now. You know, you can't. The celebrations in Tampa after the Super Bowl were something that was a concern to the Tampa mayor, to the point where we're going to hunt you down and find you, and then we're going to have the Tampa police deal with you. Really? Is that right? Is that what we're doing? Well, you got to hear some of the Orwellian words coming out of the Tampa mayor's mouth in just a bit. You know, the contrast of how Democrats look at situations like the Super Bowl, which, according to the New York Post, I think it was not New York Post, the New York Times or the Washington Post, I'm not sure which one it was yesterday, as I was looking at two contrasting opinions on people going maskless. It was an outrage. People not wearing masks for the Super Bowl. How dare they do this? You know, hashtag Super Bowl super spreader or Super Bowl spreader or something like that. You know how the left does it on Twitter, and the blue check marks who are sitting in their basement, the keyboard cowboys, as we like to call them. You know, the ones who get really tough behind a keyboard, but then you ask them a question or even ask them to call this program, 239-479-5592. And Jake, can you do the sound of crickets? Are you good at that? No, something like, you know.
I don't even know how you would do that.
No, you're good. You're good at a lot of those things, sounding like.
I'm good at impressions, yeah.
Yes, you are very good at impressions. It's why don't you, maybe that's your side gig. Maybe your side gig, Jake, the millennials, should be to make a little millennial cash, is forget about the Dogecoin or whatever it is, and forget about things like that. The Dogecoin, man, am I getting off topic.
Meme coin.
The meme coin is absolutely insane. If you don't know what's going on with the meme coin, otherwise known as Dogecoin, and Elon Musk and Snoop Dogg and other people getting involved and jumping in. Let me give you a quick millennial lesson. Here you go, Jake. Explain to people the Dogecoin thing, how it started, and what it is to begin. Like the dog, it's just all it is. Doge is what, a meme? You've seen it a million times. You've seen this dog's face a million times on a meme.
It's the dog's face that's kind of like, what are you doing?
Right. You know, and it's probably on your smartphone right now. If you go to the memes you could do,
there.
Right? It's the dog that's kind of looking at you with side eye saying, hey, hold on a second. What are you doing there? And so somebody decided, I don't know how long ago, that they were going to make their own Bitcoin, but call it Dogecoin. And it's a joke, right? The whole thing was set up. Okay. It was set up to start out with like, if Bitcoin can exist and nobody can explain what it is and why it has value, then why don't I start my own Bitcoin and I'll call it something silly like Dogecoin after this cool meme that I like, and I'll set up this account and you can get an app and you can buy it and sell it, and it's all a joke until it's not. And right, is that basically what it is now?
Pretty much, yeah.
And so you could originally buy this thing for what, tenths of a penny. Like it started out as 0.0002 or something like that.
Crazy, yeah.
Right. It had no value, and so people, if they bought $5 worth of it, it was $5 of literally nothing.
You got an astronomical amount of Dogecoin.
Right, and you had a ton of it. So if you were one of those early adopters who thought, this is the dumbest thing, this is silly, I get the joke. Not Bitcoin, where they tried to explain early on what, a peer-to-peer service. Bitcoin at least explains, blockchain, and understands how you can connect from one person to another directly to make payments. the system of blockchains that happens within Bitcoin is an important aspect of that. It's peer-to-peer. It doesn't go through a middleman. You don't have to worry about a bank or anything else. You go from me to you directly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $2,000 or whatever it is, right? Isn't that the going rate right now on Monopoly? I think it's gone up from 200. So, and
he never had a monocle, but go ahead.
Okay. Man, I miss monocles. When you see somebody wearing a monocle, right? Wouldn't that be cool to bring back? Why don't we bring back the monocle? I guess we don't bring back the monocle because most people don't have an issue with just one eye. Right? It wasn't a monocle was that your one eye is messed up and the other eye is fine. And so we're trying to balance it out. So you wear, okay, anyway, I digress. You got to stop making me chase squirrels. So Bitcoin has a use, right? It's, if you understand blockchain, it's just that simple. Picture a pipeline that goes from me to you directly. And we don't have to worry about anybody when it comes to payments or charges or anything else. It's just, I send you a payment, you get the payment. It's instantaneous. It's, technically, it's supposed to be safe because it's on a network that's not supposed to be able to get to jump in, to have that middleman be part of the pipeline. Long story. Okay. Dogecoin is just a joke. There is nothing. So for some reason, Elon Musk decided that he was going to jump in and kind of have a little bit of fun with it. Because if you've noticed lately, Elon Musk changes the marketplace. One single human being right now walking the planet can tweet something that is kind of sort of about, let's say, Dogecoin or paperweights or monocles, and all of a sudden the business goes through the roof, right? Elon Musk is one of those people that can buy $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which I guess he did. Is that how much he bought just recently? I think it was one. And if you are holding Bitcoin from yesterday to today, you made a chunk of change just because Elon Musk is on board. And there are other people that look like they're going to get on board too. Apple, there's a talk that Apple might use it as part of their Apple Pay, and they may be looking to jump on board. Elon Musk, in buying Bitcoin, may start to have corporations who see this as a way to create wealth for their own companies or to be able to hedge against inflation or a lot of different things, that they're looking to jump in on Bitcoin. And if that happens, all bets are off as far as where this thing can go. To the moon, Alice. But Elon Musk, he put out a tweet of him. What was it? It was the Lion King. So he puts out a tweet last week, or a couple of days ago. And it's a tweet of the Lion King cartoon holding up, what's the baby's name in Lion King? What's the baby?
Simba.
Simba's the baby. And the adult is the dude that's holding.
I hope I'm right.
Yeah, okay. So when they hold the baby up on the mountainside, circle of life. Yeah, or as Jen Psaki would say, it's...
I'll circle back if there's more I can share with you.
Yeah, it's a circling back. A circle of life, circle back, forget. So he puts out a meme of his face as the I don't know which character it was, holding the baby
dad.
Simba. Who?
The dad.
Whoever it was, holding the baby Simba. So it's Elon Musk's head on that character. And then the Dogecoin face on the baby Simba. Whew. Dogecoin goes through the roof to the point where a week ago it was 0.0002, like tenths of a cent, and you could buy this. What is it now?
It's 7 cents.
So it's 0.07.
Right.
Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have
that's a lot, people.
Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of, and you only bought like $100 worth of it, or 1,000, or 10,000, or $1 million worth of it, you made a little bit of money. It's silly how it has gone off the rails with that kind of stuff. But the kind of influence that people have on markets, on things like Bitcoin or Dogecoin or the like. So I have no idea how we even got started talking about Elon Musk. All right, but you're not going to be able to go to Tampa without a mask and party. And the point I was trying to make is that the New York Times, Washington Post had a story about how how super spreader, how awful it was in Tampa. But then during the inauguration of Joe Biden, and the streets were joy-filled, and people were on the streets, and it was a party, and it was festive, and it was peace brought back to the country, and no mention of people maskless because they're a bunch of hypocrites, and because that's what the media does. And the left, Democrats, all the same. Yeah, so they did all that. So we're going to play the audio of the Orwellian Tampa mayor who decided that we're going to come after you if you weren't wearing a mask. And I think there was a video actually on Twitter of Tom Brady. People were outraged at Tom Brady because when he was going to the game, right, everybody else was masked up and he was walking into the locker room and he didn't have a mask on. Tom Brady did not have a mask on the day of the Super Bowl. Does that mean that the Tampa mayor is going to, I mean, there's a video. They've got evidence. So apparently Tom Brady's in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, not going to happen. So we have that. Oh, and our friend Pete Buttigieg. Does everybody remember Pete Buttigieg?
Buttigieg.
Yeah.
Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg is the Department of Transportation Secretary now. I don't know if you know that. He's got a gig. And he said on an interview Sunday that the Biden administration is in active conversations with the CDC about requiring American citizens to do something that people might have a little question about. What did he say? Well, let's listen to the audio so that you could be super upset right now because here you go. Here's the audio.
What do you think of requiring a COVID test before someone flies, even domestically?
Well, there's an active conversation with the CDC right now. What I can tell you is it's going to be guided by data, by science, by medicine, and by the input of the people who are actually going to have to carry this out. But here's the thing. The safer we can make air travel in terms of perception as well as reality, the more people are going to be ready to get back in the air.
Perception as well as reality, safer air travel. Yeah, that's right. The CDC and Pete Buttigieg is in discussion about whether... I know.
Buttigieg.
I know. COVID tests before domestic flights. How long do you think it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen, before we have to have a vaccine? You got to be vaccinated. No vax, no flight. How long do you think it is until we have that situation going on? So there's Pete Buttigieg, who says they are in active conversation, Transportation Secretary, along with the CDC, that, perceived or not, whatever the case is, we just have to make sure that people understand that COVID tests, maybe even vaccinations, you're not going to be able to leave your state. You're not going to be able to leave your area. I wonder how long it becomes possible that you're going to be able to leave your your house without a vaccination. You're not going to be able to go shopping without a vaccination. You're certainly not going to be able to go to seed the table in Naples without forget about it. You don't have a mask. How about no vaccination, no shot? What? No, that's not going to happen. I mean, right? I can't believe he said that.
Carry this out. But here's the thing. The safer we can make air travel in terms of perception as well as reality.
Perception? Safer air travel? I have perceived safer air travel. Pete Buttigieg is a master. He is a master of saying nothing in less time than most people can say in a lifetime. I mean, what does that mean? The perception that your flight is safe. That's all we want to do. I mean, we just want people to believe that when they get on that plane that they're going to be fine. We have no science or data evidence that we would prove that masks work. We have no science or evidence to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that the vaccine is going to make it so that air travel is going to be safe. But the perceived notion that it is really all you need. All right? So I might make the case that there is a perception that if you go, let's say, to seed the table and go there to shop for your groceries, that because people are not masked up, that they're all healthy because somehow either they've got the vaccine or they've had COVID, and so they are going there with strong immune systems, and maybe the strongest immune systems among us are all shopping at seed to table. So the perception is that it's a place that you can shop without a mask. I'm just going there because I'm trying to figure out what that means for Pete Buttigieg. Well, we know what it means. I mean,
Boot edge edge.
I got. Okay.
Boot edge
All right,
edge.
all right. I get it.
He is like a little baby.
239-479-5592. So what do you think about that? No vaccine, no flying. 239-479-5592. We can talk about that coming up. Also, in just a little while from now, we will talk more about the Tampa Mayor who's going to go after you because you're maskless during the Super Bowl. I wonder how that's going to necessarily play out. This morning, a busy morning. Let's see, at 7 a.m., 7:05, Boris Epstein is going to join us, and we are going to talk about the impeachment process that's going to happen this week, today, as we have the discussion about the Senate trial, this joke of an impeachment, part 2, and we're going to get into the details of what we might see, what we're going to hear, just to be prepared for it, and what some others are talking about with regard to impeachment. And then at 8 o'clock this morning, Dr. Ben Carson's going to join us. We're going to talk a little bit about education, and he's got a project that he is now moving forward that is part of how we're going to take back this country. That's right. We said it. We're going to take back this country. And if you think that all is lost, it's not. And more details on that coming up. All right. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. DrewSteele.com is the website. You can go to watch. DREWSTEELE. Don't forget about that. Facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio as well. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks closed higher Monday as the market came off its biggest week since November.
Markets closing at fresh records with stimulus hopes behind the optimism. The Dow up 237 points.
All right. Good morning, everybody on YouTube, on DrewSteele.com, on Facebook. It's good to see you today. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. I just wanted to say good morning to you and see who is here with us today. Let's see. We got Gator Lynn is joining us. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, Gator Lynn. Good to see you. Glad you are here. William Roseberry is here. Good morning. Good to see you as well. If you are here and you're watching right now, I'd love to say good morning to you on this Tuesday. So, go ahead and there's Tiffany Ann. Good morning, Tiffany Ann. Good to see you from Naples. Just want to recognize you and see that you're joining us this morning, bright and early. What time is it now? It's 6:20, about 6:25. So just trying to see who's with us this morning. All right, we got let's see, Craig, good morning from Buckingham. Good to see you, Craig. By the way, Jose from the bakery, where's the bakery? Give a little plug for the bakery. What are you baking this morning? I want to know. As I'm looking down at my stomach because I have been eating a little too many baked goods lately myself. So I'm always into the baked goods. Let's see, Jessica. Good morning, Jessica. Good to see you from Lehigh. Thank you for joining us today. Jim's elephant repellent is working well. You haven't seen any? No, we haven't seen any elephants lately, Jim. So that's good stuff. Donna, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. All right, Gary's watching on YouTube. Good to see you, Gary. And Brian said 9:09. Is it 9:00? Like, is that what time it is where you are? What's 9:09 mean? I'm not really sure. You just tell me what you mean. That's all. Good morning, Debbie. Good to see you once again. Hey, what are you doing awake, Steve? It's like 4. It's 4 in the morning. Why are you awake right now? What are you doing? Steve, by the way, is my cousin Steve. He is a gajillion times smarter than I am. He's brilliant. He's awesome. I wish you could just come on the show and we can just talk together. And is that a drum kit? I didn't see the picture. All right, Laura's in the Cape. Good to see you, Laura. And let's see. Rick says, what about a memorandum to release illegal immigrants in Texas? No tests or no vaccine. Hey, I got some immigration news. I don't know if you heard Jen Psaki yesterday, but man, I'll tell you what. You want to talk about some news and some of what Jen Psaki said about the Biden administration and the latest on immigration and, you know, how, listen, if you're here in this country illegally, you got full run of the place. You got full run of the place. I'm not joking. All right. Let's see. Brian said you ate a code? 909, ate a code. Oh, it's your air. Oh, 909 is your. Jake, do you 909 area code? Where's that?
909 area code.
909 is.
Siri.
Hold on, he's asking Siri.
Where's 909 area code?
Where's
LA.
Oh, you're in Riverside, California. Is that where you are, Brian? So that means you're up even earlier than my cousin Steve. So you're up at 3:30 in the morning. Is that right? Or do you just have a really cool LA area code? Not sure. All right, Todd. Good morning from the Cape. Good to see you, Todd. Let's see, John Vault. Good morning. A 3-year refugee from Syracuse. Oh, a dinosaur barbecue. That's all I know about Syracuse. Dinosaur barbecue, and they have the 3rd most polluted lake in the country, right there in Syracuse, New York. No, I'm not kidding. Ask John. He can confirm. So there you go. All right. Thanks everybody watching on the live stream. In just a little bit, we'll be back. We'll play audio from Jen Psaki. Some good stuff. Steve Ducey going after Jen Psaki. Somebody's got to do it. At least there's one person in the press corps that's going to pressure the administration on different things. We'll talk more about the impeachment and some of the comments being made about that, and some creepy stuff. You got to admit, the hacker that tried to poison Oldsmar by raising chemical levels in the water supply is a huge story. Although I don't know that a whole lot of folks are talking about it. All right, but we will. All right, that's coming up. Stand by.
See model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com. That's liveriverhall.com.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. I'm Alan with Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions. My 6 years of service to my country taught me a lot about integrity, trust, and getting the job done and getting it done right. I have integrated much of my Army training into the business. And I mean integrated. I'm actually standing here recording in my fatigues. I understand that it may seem that there are more pest control companies than bugs, but our company is very different. A lot of pest control companies are what we call spray jockeys. You see bugs, and they just come and spray. You see more bugs, so they spray more. My team's approach consists of understanding what's causing the bugs to come in. Sometimes it's something as simple as caulking or patching holes. Spraying is not always the answer. If you're tired of the spray jockeys and want real pest control solutions, call us, Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions, today at 595-4867. That's 595-4867. Now serving Marco, Naples, Bonita, and Estero.
Hey, Sean Hannity here again for Cathedral Roofing Innovations, the tile roof experts in Southwest Florida. They have an important message for anyone who has had these 3 things happen. Now, if you answer yes to all 3, you have to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. 1, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all 3 questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
We are rainfall experts. More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sorry, I'm too busy. We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
We weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next rate, y'all.
I'm eating it right off the tray. A little embarrassing.
1 hour, 3 delicious dinners. Rachel's one tray bake is
Stupid good, but crazy easy.
And how do you top that?
Leftovers are always the best meal. You know that, Rachel.
Chef Marcus Samuelson's fried chicken dinner pulls double duty.
Beautiful coconut fried chicken.
Plus, Dr. Christy Funk's secret weapon to helping your breast health. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW. Wink News Traffic.
The crash at Fiddlesticks in Daniels is now slowing traffic heading eastbound on Daniels Parkway to the interstate. There's also a delay in the Cape on Gleason Parkway heading east of Chiquita, and slowdowns beginning in North Cape on Andalusia just to the north of Pine Island Road. But main thing here is lots of fog still, guys. I know you're seeing it out there, especially on the interstate if you're heading that way. Limited visibility. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this morning, dense fog advisory in effect, visibility at or below a quarter of a mile in spots. Gradually, that will try to improve between 9 to 11 a.m. For this afternoon, mostly sunny, warm, high temperature of 84 degrees. However, even fog will be possible this afternoon along the coastline. More areas of fog tomorrow morning as we go back up into the mid-80s for your unseasonably warm Wednesday afternoon. Eventually, some rain chances do start to return Thursday, Friday, and all the way towards the weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip of the day. There's only one Kobe Cooling in Southwest Florida, with our 100% NATE certified mechanic team. There's a couple of firms with similar names, but don't be fooled. There's only one Kobe Cooling, voted the best AC contractor year after year in the news press polls, and the only firm with a 100% NATE certified mechanic team to give you the best possible mechanics that'll take care of your air conditioning needs. Kobe Cooling, the one and the only and the best AC company in Southwest Florida. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. License CACO 57313. Call us at 239-482-1542.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples. There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. It's mobile friendly. You can watch on your phone or your iPad or whatever smart device you have. Also on your computer, and then Facebook, facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. We are there as well. Yes, we're still on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio if you'd like to go there, whatever. Sorry, just, the YouTube thing, you get it. $50 gift cards we have to Naples Soap Company for today and Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That coming up at 7:50. And then 8 o'clock this morning, Dr. Ben Carson's going to join us. We'll do a little education talk, and he's got a conservative project that he is moving forward. And look, there are a lot of people that are trying to figure out what we do next. We feel like there is no hope. We feel like the left is dismantling everything that we know about this country constitutionally. And you're right, they are. They're giving it their best shot. We certainly have 2022 to turn all of this around. Every executive order is just that, an executive order, and can be turned around just as quickly, which is not the best thing in the world because you would like to see a Congress that's doing their job legislatively, but getting away from that. And look, you're going to have to vote for people, and we're going to have to vet people and make sure we have individuals who are going to fight for your rights. And it's not a Beastie Boys song to party. No, it's a fight for our Constitution. Or see what I did there, Jake? Are you paying attention at all? Did you like the? No. Jake is still fixated on the fact that I've got a top button going on right now on my shirt. If you're watching at drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's, DREWSTEELE.com. He's focused on my top button.
I mean, it's like that and the combination of how bright white your shirt is.
It is. It's
they have like that phantom black. It's like the blackest black. You were wearing the whitest white shirt I've ever seen.
Thank you. I take pride in that, and that's you can thank my wife for that as well. She does a great job with the laundry. I couldn't do it. I can guarantee you this: when I was not married, this shirt would not be white. It would be some shade of brownish, skinnish. It would be disgusting. It would be, quite honestly, it would be pretty disgusting. And you'd have to top button it because if you opened it up, you'd see the inside of the collar, and then sometimes it gets a little. I'm sorry if we're going too far, but I don't know. Top button. I kind of like top button today. I'm kind of thinking that's.
I'm an advocate for the top button.
Thank you. All right.
Why else would it be there?
Well, why are you mentioning it? Why would you mention my top button as if it was a bad thing?
I didn't. I mean,
no, before when we were talking top button. No, before we were talking, before you brought up top button, and then you said something about you think I'm going to do some kind of what did you say?
Some like martial arts, like you're gonna put your hands together and defend the world from evil.
I might just do that.
Hey.
No, I'm not doing it. All right, let's get into this. The mayor of the city of Tampa is appalled by the actions of a few. And when you have someone who's an elected official who is appalled by you and your actions, that they have to step up to a microphone and talk about how, it's everybody and we have to do something about it. And science says we have to go after you. Did the Tampa mayor promise to go after maskless Super Bowl fans? Listen to this audio. I don't know if you've heard that. Did you hear this, Jake? Did you hear the Tampa mayor talking about the maskless that were there at the Super Bowl, the super spreader event?
I have not.
Kind of like people talk about seed to table and says it's a petri dish. It's a really, is it? There's no numbers to show that at all whatsoever in Collier County, but you what is it? How's the expression go? You do you? Is that the expression? All right, here you go.
Everyone knows that simply wearing a mask dramatically reduces the spread of COVID-19.
They do? Okay, for that right out of the gate to start off the Mayor Jane Castor's press conference, we have can we see that dramatically?
What's the mayor's name?
Jane Castor. I just right out of the gate. So we just want definitive science. Look, science and data. That's what it's all about. Because I can give you a lot of science and data that would suggest different. And again, not saying you shouldn't wear a mask. Not saying you should go maskless. Not saying that if you were there at Ybor City or whatever the case may be, that you should have been without a mask. You know physically your conditions, and if you're concerned about it, and this is how you want to do this. Okay.
And I'm proud to say that the majority of individuals that I saw out and about enjoying the festivities associated with the Super Bowl were complying. We had tens of thousands of people all over the city, downtown, out by the stadium, Ybor City, down here in Channelside, and very, very few incidents.
Very, very, very few incidents. So a lot of people respecting masking. But there were a few of you that were, hold on a second. There were a few of you, everybody. They had to be Trump supporters. They had to be. They had to be Trumpsters. They had to be Trumpists. They had to be people that, we got to go after. I mean, they're probably people that were at the Capitol on January 6th. I mean, I'm talking about the worst evil among us there, the maskless.
So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified, and the Tampa Police Department will handle it.
They're going to be identified, and the Tampa Police is going to handle the maskless Super Bowl fans. So how are we doing that? Is this a neighborhood, hey, if you took a snapshot, send it to the police so we can do some kind of, what is it, Mission Impossible, face identification, you know how the movies always have, every time they have, you watch Mission Impossible or something like that, you always see a movie that when they do facial recognition, Jake, every time you see it on the big screen, you always hear that sound effect. But yet there isn't one single computer that exists on the planet that actually makes that sound when you're doing facial recognition. You ever notice that? Makes that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Somebody thought that was a good idea to put that sound effect in, and yet no computers do that. And we're all like, hey, I know what that sound is. That sound is somebody doing some facial recognition. It's that computer sound that every computer has. There is no computer that goes, but yet they always add it. You notice that?
Are you suggesting we might be brainwashed or something?
So anyway, the Tampa mayor who's going to handle you, she's going to find out who you are, and the police are going to get involved as well, and that's good.
There just has to be that level of personal responsibility. You can supply everyone with a mask, advise them of the science behind it, and expect that they are going to abide by the mask order. Again, you're going to find a few that don't. The majority that I saw were wearing masks.
So why don't we do this, Mayor Jane Castor of Tampa? How about we do just what you said? Why don't we identify who these individuals are and have every police officer walk down the street with a pamphlet that gives the undeniable fact that if you're wearing a mask, you will not get COVID. Undeniable information that would prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that if you're wearing a mask, that the spread of COVID will be less. Give us that and hand it out to everybody that officers meet. Problem solved. Sir, can I see you for just a second? Here, let me give you this pamphlet. Here's a pamphlet on how mask wearing is reducing the spread of COVID unequivocally. Here it is. It's science. It's complete data. You probably haven't seen this yet, sir. Oh, and by the way, there's a mask that's attached to the back. So wear your mask. Why don't we do that? I got a better idea. How about we get the federal government? How about we get some officers in the Tampa Bay area to put as much effort behind the Tampa mayor's promise to identify and handle maskless Super Bowl fans as we'll find out who in Oldsmar hacked into the water supply system and tried to alter the chemicals in the water supply to, quote, potentially damaging levels. Why don't we put as much effort into that investigation? How about that's front and center? How about before we start going after and identifying and policing the maskless? How about we take those resources? I know this is crazy. I'm talking off. Like, this is just wild. This is probably something I shouldn't even suggest. How about we take those resources and find out who this hacker was who tried to poison an entire Florida town by raising the chemical levels in the water supply? Did you hear about this? Plant operators overseeing the small city of Oldsmar. If you know where Oldsmar is, it's not very far from where the Super Bowl was taking place. The water supply began observing strange activity on their monitors, and technicians noticed that sodium hydroxide levels used to treat the city's water in small amounts in order to control acidity while removing heavy metals was being remotely pushed higher. Now, what is sodium hydroxide? Sodium hydroxide is lye. Technicians noticed the chemical levels being the subject of unauthorized external manipulation in real time and immediately moved to restore the sodium hydroxide input to its safe, correct levels. The AP detailed, based on local reporting, that a plant worker first noticed the unusual activity about 8 a.m. on Friday. Somebody briefly accessed the system. About 1:30 p.m., someone accessed it again. Took control of the mouse, directed it to the software that controls water treatment, and increased the amount of sodium hydroxide. The hacker or hackers have yet to be uncovered and apprehended, according to details announced by the county Sheriff Bob Galtieri, featured in the Tampa Bay Times. The levels were up by a factor of more than 100. Hackers' changes inside the system were detected before any damage was done to affect the public. Public was never in any danger. 15,000 residents in Oldsmar, but there certainly are questions about the cybersecurity over the past several years, the vulnerability of U.S. infrastructure to hacks as we turn everything over to a society that potentially could be hacked. People who do not have our best interests at heart. But, you know, I believe that there are certain things that we can all agree that we have to focus on. And some of the things that are the focus right now in the media and by the left in this country that maybe we can put aside for just a couple of minutes. Like this impeachment that we're going to have a conversation with Boris Epstein. He, if you don't know, he was a former Trump campaign official. He's going to join us, an attorney also, so we can talk about how the impeachment process, the Senate impeachment is going to move forward. We know that one of the ways that the Trump lawyers are talking about this case is by showing how many times Democrats have incited riots in their terms. In other words, what they're saying that the president did, Democrats most certainly did, and we've played audio, and you've probably heard it time and time again, Maxine Waters and others. And good for them for going after it. And it's part of what we all need to do, which is to not accept the premise of the left as presented by them against us, against conservatives, against Christians, against Trump supporters. Time and time again, we're seeing articles. We're hearing things from Democrats. We're hearing things from the left in this country, organizations that are all willing to go after us. And maybe there was a time in the past where we would sit back and wish that we could just all get along. And we're so sorry that we've been insensitive and we'll do better. Yeah, I'm not going to have other people define me. I'm not going to have other people tell me who I am and what I'm about. And there was an article. Where is this article that let me see if I can find this. It was a newspaper out on Long Island called Newsday. And let me see if I can find this article. If I'm not mistaken, I have it. Here you go. Think I'm kidding? Here's an article from yesterday, Newsday. What to do about the Trumpites next door. That's you. And if you read into the article, it talks about there are very nice people that live next door to me. What if they're a Trumpite? What if there's somebody that voted for Trump? They can't be nice. I mean, deep down, they have to be evil people. And what do we do about these individuals? I mean, there were people in the past, and of course, Nazis were brought up in this article. Oh, yeah. I mean, it goes to places that are so outrageous you can't even believe it. But this premise that even some people thought that the Nazis were good people. And so how do we combat you Trumpists, the ones that live next door? I mean, the left in this country, they're sick. The things that they're saying and suggesting. We'll talk about that more coming up because I see we have to take a break. But when we come back from break, I want you to be ready because Boris Epstein's going to join us. And we'll talk about the impeachment process here against a sitting president. Oh, no, he's not in office any longer. So how do we do this? We'll have that coming up. Dr. Ben Carson's going to join us at 8 o'clock as well. Stay break 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. By the way, drewsteele.com, the website if you want to watch this program, and facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. Sabrina Katz says you traffic.
We have a backup on the interstate this morning from a vehicle fire that's just south of Alico. So if you're on 75 heading this way, I would get off before you hit Alico Road and stick to 3 Oaks, 41, or Ben Hill to head south to Corkscrew Road. We're at over 2 miles of a backup. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Dense fog advisory in effect for your Tuesday morning. We will be starting with areas of low clouds, then eventually becoming sunnier. It will be a warm Tuesday afternoon with a high temperature of 84. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Rush Limbaugh. This is incredible. A Long Island, New York high school student has been arrested because he showed up to go to school. 17-year-old Maverick Stowe attended William Floyd High School for 5 days in a row, and by doing so, he committed a criminal act. Young Maverick was supposed to stay home for a designated remote learning day, but he said, I gotta go to class. Maverick Stowe was not putting anybody in danger when he showed up. His temperature was taken. He was fine. His first period teacher discovered he was supposed to be at home, so school administrators suspended him for 5 days. Maverick ignored the suspension. He showed up at school in person again, so they called the cops. He was arrested for trespassing, the school district pressing charges. School bosses accused Maverick Stowe of being selfish and irresponsible for showing up at school in person, the school his parents pay taxes for. Now, this is what it's like living in liberal America today. You can riot in the street, you can loot, burn, vandalize businesses, you can assault cops. Nothing happens to you. But if you dare attend school in person because you want to pursue your education, you get arrested as a criminal. This is Democrat Party America, Joe Biden America. God help us. Oh, my God, I can't think of it. Last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. That means a cyber bad guy could be selling your personal info on the dark web without you even knowing it. That's just one form of identity theft. Now, you might miss certain threats to your identity by just relying on bank statements or monitoring your credit. The solution? LifeLock identity theft protection. LifeLock sees certain threats that you could miss on your own. Plus, if you become a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based identity restoration specialist will help you fix your problems. Of course, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can help protect your personal information. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using the promo code RUSH. Just go to LifeLock.com or call 800-440-4833 and enter the promo code RUSH. Promo code RUSH for 25% off.
Come have an exciting offshore fishing adventure and maybe even hook up aboard the Blind Date. Blind Date Charters offers backwaters to offshore fishing and more. Whether you target tarpon, grouper, or snapper, the trip won't disappoint. Captain Tom Katz will provide a first-class experience that'll leave you with memories that last a lifetime. Call Blind Date Charters at 239-810-2473. That's 239-810-2473.
Hey, Matthew, we need to restock those sleeping bags.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Can one of you cover this register?
Like at Anita's outdoor store. To keep sales climbing, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are intelligent. You make all the right decisions. You were smart before smart was cool, and you made it cool again. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so very clever. I bet you already knew I was going to say that, you genius. There, don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you hear you could save big when you switch to Progressive. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that, too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, it's Drew Steele visiting with my good friend TJ, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And, you know, TJ, we talk about core tech. A lot of people talk about core tech. But tell people and explain why so many people love their core tech floors.
Core tech is built to be waterproof, kid-proof, and pet-proof. It looks just like wood. Comes anywhere from 6 inches wide to 9 inches wide, all the way up to 86 inches long. Comes in a wide variety of colors, with a bevel, without a bevel, warm tones, cool tones, any color to make your house look beautiful.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floor Meisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call, 239-596-4964, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group? Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Yeah, you heard right. Rockstar Harley is willing to finance. Come down to Rockstar Harley's WTF pre-owned sales event this week. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We must sell 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday at Rockstar Harley. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News. This is 92.5 Fox News. Kennedy at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The Senate is the jury again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The second Trump impeachment trial moves forward today with Republican Senator Lindsey Graham urging Democrats.
I know you hate Trump, but please pull back before we set in motion the destruction of the presidency by never-ending impeachments.
The former president is accused of inciting last month's deadly Capitol attack.
And if the former president is convicted, we will proceed to a vote on whether he is qualified to enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer struck a deal with House Democrats and former President Trump's lawyers that includes debate and a vote today on the constitutionality of the trial. Each side will then have 16 hours apiece this week to make their cases before potential witnesses could be asked to appear.
Fox's Jared Halpern, someone the former president pardoned, is now off the hook in New York, where Fox's Tanya J. Powers is live.
Dave, former 2016 Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort won't face mortgage fraud charges in New York after the state Supreme Court decided to let stand a lower court's decision on the matter. Last week, the New York Court of Appeals ruled that Manafort could not be prosecuted on double jeopardy grounds. Manafort was convicted in federal court of tax and bank fraud charges involving allegations he misled the U.S. government about lucrative foreign lobbying work, in addition to hiding millions of dollars from tax authorities and encouraging witnesses to lie on his behalf. Dave.
Tony, there's a promising coronavirus trend.
There's been a plateauing and a coming down of numbers of cases.
Biden COVID medical advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci, for the second day in a row, the number of new infections reported in the U.S. was below 100,000. A Supreme has died, Mary Wilson. That was the first of a dozen number one hits for Mary Wilson, and the Supreme is one of Motown's most famous groups. She died in Las Vegas at age 76. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
We have a backup on the interstate this morning from a vehicle fire that's just south of Alico. So if you're on 75 heading this way, I would get off before you hit Alico Road and stick to 3 Oaks, 41, or Ben Hill to head south to Corkscrew Road. We're at over 2 miles of a backup. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this morning, dense fog advisory in effect, visibility at or below 1/4 mile in spots. Gradually, that will try to improve between 9 to 11 a.m. For this afternoon, mostly sunny, warm, high temperature of 84 degrees. However, even fog will be possible this afternoon along the coastline. More areas of fog tomorrow morning as we go back up into the mid-80s for your unseasonably warm Wednesday afternoon. Eventually, some rain chances do start to return Thursday, Friday, and all the way towards the weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
License number CCC 1332557.
You have hundreds of roofers to choose from, but at Crown Roofing, we think we're the only choice in Charlotte, Lee, and Collier counties. Crown Roofing, the highest quality roofs with competitive pricing. Looking to re-roof, repair, or get roof maintenance on your home? Count on Crown for superior craftsmanship and peace of mind. Florida's most trusted roofer, and satisfaction is our goal. Get Crown on it today. Call 855-CROWN55 or online at crownroofing.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you are here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. We stream live every day if you want to watch at drewsteele.com, DREWSTEELE, so you can watch there. It's set up to be like an app. It's great for your mobile device, your smart device, your computer, and then, of course, if you want to go to Facebook, facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio for the time being, go right ahead. Boris Epstein joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, former Trump campaign official and attorney. And we got to talk about what is, you just need the music and the animals there for the circus to come into town, into Washington, D.C., and this Senate impeachment part 2. What a mess this is going to be. I guess, well, let's get into some of the details. It's Drew Steele. How are you this morning, sir?
Drew, I'm good. Thanks for having me, my friend. How's beautiful Florida?
It is great. The weather's fantastic as far as when you're breathing the air of liberty. You do that right here in the state of Florida, thanks to our great governor, Ron DeSantis, who is doing an incredible job here in the state. So it certainly is a great place to be, although I know of places that are not a great place to be right now. Washington, D.C. would be one of them. You know, I have to ask you this question before we get into the details of how you think that this impeachment trial is going to take place. But there is something to be said about how they are setting up the imagery with the fencing still up around the Capitol and having to have National Guard and having to have this image of a place that is under siege and we have to protect it because of January 6th and going back to that date. And you had to figure that all of that was going to have to stay up to this point because they have to keep that going. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. It's theater from the Democrats, right? It's just so clear.
Yeah.
And Washington, D.C. is a militarized zone, Drew. It's very difficult to get around. It looks extremely harsh. It's very unsettling, extremely unsettling. Our nation's capital looks like a fortress. And, we're now almost 3 weeks after inauguration.
Yeah.
We are now, over a month after the terrible events of January 6th. And, I said this yesterday. I was actually on MSNBC, and, President Trump absolutely unequivocally condemned violence. I condemn violence.
Yep.
The president said march peacefully and patriotically to the Capitol. Very clear. But, of course, the Democrats, they take it, they make it into a total charade, a sham, and now you've got the second impeachment trial, which is unconstitutional and has no basis in fact or law.
Yeah, what is going to be their prosecution in all of this? Where's the evidence? I haven't heard anyone say, even on any piece of paper, out of anybody's mouth, you have all of this language that they like to say that they believe that they have the evidence or that it exists. But where is the tangible evidence to show that there was any kind of inciting of a riot or insurrection? Nobody has yet to put it out there exactly what their prosecution is going to be.
Looking at the Democrat filings, what they're going with, Drew, is this emotional argument, pretty much orange man bad.
Right.
That's their, the usual nonsense of the resistance. That's what they're going with. Yesterday, again, on MSNBC, they played clips of the president from before he was president, from 2015, 2016, when he was using, just some tough rhetoric. And my point is this. If you're going to impeach, prosecute politicians for every time they say we have to fight and be tough, well, you know what? You're not going to have pretty much any politicians out there except for maybe, a Mitt Romney or Ben Sass,
Yeah.
So you look at crying Chuck Schumer himself has used a similar rhetoric. Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden talked about taking President Trump ludicrously behind the gym or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So This is a joke, but we have to take it seriously. We have to fight back. And as I've said on three vectors: one, that it is unconstitutional. The Constitution does not allow for an impeachment trial of a former president.
Yep.
Two, there was no incitement. And three, very importantly, Drew, the fact that the Democrats are trying to brand any suggestion, any discussion of voter fraud, election fraud, as a quote-unquote big lie, which, by the way, is a term that was coined by Adolf Hitler. He accused the Jews of using the big lie when talking about World War I and why Germany lost World War I. Well, now you've got the Democrats in the media, Claire McCaskill, Jake Tapper, others, saying, well, the Republicans are perpetrating the quote-unquote big lie about the election. Well, you know what? Election fraud happened and voter fraud happened. In Wisconsin, there were over 200,000 unlawful ballots that were uncovered during the recount in just Milwaukee and Dane County.
Yeah.
In Georgia, there were allegedly over 400,000 unlawful ballots. So we have to fight on all those three vectors and put the Democrats back in their place.
And part of this strategy that Democrats have, and I guess the best part about people like you and others that call this to attention is that if you know that it's happening and you can identify it, then when the left in this country, the media in this country, Democrats in this country, all the same basket, when they do this, that you can identify it, you can look at it and call it out and say, I've seen that, I've heard about that before. I know what that is. That's part of how you fight back. For example, when you have the certain individuals who want to be able to show video, show evidence, give you the evidence of election fraud, call out the unconstitutional moves by particular states that did happen, that just because a Supreme Court doesn't take the case on doesn't mean that the evidence isn't there, it hasn't been presented, that it shouldn't have its day in court, but that there are going to be places that won't even allow that to be heard, to be seen. Big tech who comes along and won't allow it to be on their platforms. That's all not only the battle that you might say against the former president, but it's also a battle against you, against me, against us, to be able to even speak freely about some of the things that are happening. And if you can shut that down, then they believe that that's how you're going to win this. And instead of kind of presenting it and proving their point, which they can't do because they know that it's a lie.
It's a battle against the Constitution.
Yeah.
Because they are curtailing free speech, First Amendment. They are curtailing our free and fair elections. You're totally right. There was repeated violations of Article 2. All these states, Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, and more. In these states, election rules and laws were changed by entities other than the state legislature. And the Article 2 of the Constitution says only the state legislature gets to set rules around presidential elections in a particular state. And we know that happened. We know for a fact it happened. And by the way, the Supreme Court hasn't even ruled on whether they're taking up the cases yet. They likely won't, but it hasn't come down yet.
Yeah.
So and now guess what happened? In New York, in the 22nd Congressional District, you had Mark Elias, the Democrat election voter, coming out and said there were voter irregularities and there were machine irregularities.
Right.
So it's okay for the Democrats to claim it when the Republican wins. Claudia Tenney won there. She ended up keeping that seat. But of course, according to the troika of big tech, media, and the Democrat politicians, Republicans can never claim it.
Right.
So that's the double standard we're dealing with. That's what we have to stand tall against and push back on. And I believe that this week will represent that. It will represent Republicans continuing to stand tall, continuing to be strong against the onslaught of the cynical Democrats.
Yeah, and one more thing before we go, Boris. Boris Epstein is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, former Trump campaign official and attorney, as we talk a little bit about the Senate impeachment trial. We already know how it's going to go with Republicans. It's just a matter of how ugly it's going to get visually and how Democrats are going to make the president look, and we already know how that's going to be. And by default, dare I say, that's us. That's people who voted for the president. That's part of this plan here, is to not only erase anything positive, the many, many, many positive things the former president was able to do for all Americans. I can't stress that enough, for everybody. But that any discussion moving forward is going to have to be dismissed because of what they're going to show and have people believe after this show trial. But then it gets back to something else because, Boris, it's 2022 right now. Like, this is election season. We're in it right now. So describe how important it is right now that we not only recognize that, but we also recognize that we can't allow the left in this country to define us. Those days are over. The days of the Mitt Romneys and sitting back and, oh, shucks, and I just want to be friendly with the media and they'll like us if we just do what they want. They hate you. They hate me. They hate us. They want to destroy us ideologically speaking. They want us gone. And so understanding what the former president Trump was able to show us in how to battle back against the media, fake news, what he was able to expose in Washington, D.C., we can't ever forget that, and describe how in 2022 that there are places that we can win back the seats, that there are places that we can win back just by not allowing the left in this country to say, because this, then that. There's no more of that. We ideologically fight back.
Well, we are on the way to taking back the House in 2022. There's no two ways about it. There's no question about it. And that is why, to your point, we have to stay ideologically strong. We have to stand together. And it's very unfortunate that you've got some folks of the party like Liz Cheney who chose to go against her constituents and vote and push to impeach the president of her own party. Yeah. Adam Kinzinger of Illinois is doing the same thing. It's ludicrous. But it is extremely dangerous to us as a party, to us as a movement. We have to stay united. And also it's important for politicians to realize, Drew, that they represent the constituents. And the constituents of the Republican Party, the MAGA movement, they continue to recognize, continue to believe in President Trump and everything he accomplished, everything he accomplished as the leader of the Republican Party. And as you look at 2022, our way to victory is to stand on the ideals and the policies and the achievements of President Trump and to look for more of those in the future. Yeah. That is the future. And you're right. The troika of big tech, media, and the Democrats are looking to toxify all of us. Yep. They're looking to make President so toxic that he couldn't run again. Well, guess what? They're not going to succeed.
Yeah, and
they're looking to shame and toxify us.
Right, and don't accept it.
Being quiet.
Right,
they're not going to succeed.
Right, and don't. And as our good friend Dan Bongino has said before, he's mentioned this time and time again. It's I'm not vanquished until I say so. I mean, sorry, we're not accepting what you're putting forward. We're not going to say we're defeated, and we have something else to say about that. And I cannot say that in stronger terms is that the days are over of people of the left, especially defining who we are and what our vote meant and who we are as individuals in our own communities with neighbors that we love and our faith. And we can go on and on and on about that. But certainly the ideological fight has to take place, and we can make a difference in 2022. Boris Epstein joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Listen, I always appreciate having you on the program. I also want to say this quickly. I appreciate you going on to places like MSNBC and being willing to go to places, that it's been, I've said this many times, you can't be afraid to go to the places where people do not expect you to be. You got to go to the places where people expect you not to be able to change hearts and minds. It's the only way it's going to happen. So I appreciate you so much, Boris. All the best. Thank you so much.
Drew, thank you for the kind words. God bless you and all your listeners. Thanks so much.
We'll see you soon. There he goes. Yeah, listen, goes on to MSNBC. You're not afraid. Goes on to you go on to these networks. I've said it, and as you know, Byron Donalds joins us every Thursday, and he'll be back on with us coming up this week. And we've talked about it many times, where he is just that way. You can't be afraid to go to networks. You can't be afraid to go to different places, even in the community where people don't expect you to be, to to talk about the truth and talk about your values and who you are, and to not let the left define who you are as one broad brush, but be able to speak for yourself and what you believe, and to show individuals who you are. I mean, that goes with anything in life, right? Don't let other people define you. Show them who you are. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. DrewSteele.com, the website, if you want to watch. Don't forget, 8 o'clock, Dr. Ben Carson's going to join us. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The interstate is still backed up and continues to get slower and more congested. If you are heading southbound on I-75 heading towards Alico, I would avoid the interstate. You can stick to Tree Line or 41. If you're heading south of Alico to Corkscrew, stick to Ben Hill, Three Oaks, or 41. And we do have fog as you are commuting right now. I know you're seeing that over the dash. Make sure to watch that following distance. Only use your low beams. 2 crashes in Lehigh on Gunnery, 1 at Gunnery and 12th, and 1 at Gunnery and Leonard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Dense fog advisory in effect for your Tuesday morning. We will be starting with areas of low clouds, then eventually becoming sunnier. It will be a warm Tuesday afternoon with a high temperature of 84. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Dial star 2020. France Eye Care.
Trey Riddle, your host of The Drive here. I've shared my experience with France Eye Care. Dr. France and his team are phenomenal. I had my LASIK procedure there, and it really changed my life. I want to talk to you now about cataract surgery. Technology's really transformed it all, and you can enhance your vision while having your cataracts removed. So you can enjoy clear vision at multiple focal points. So maybe you're having trouble with night vision. Maybe you need an extended depth of focus solution. No matter what it is, France Eye Care suite of services will take care of you. Dr. France and his team of specialists at France Eye Care will guide you through the process to choose the right lens solution for your eyes. So don't let cataracts hold you back in 2021. Call France Eye Care today to find out if you qualify. Dial star 2020 from your cell phone or just give them a ring. 239-418-0999.
France Eye Care.
Most people that buy their own health insurance think once they have chosen their ACA plan during open enrollment, they're stuck for the year. This is simply not the case. You can change at any time, no problems. If you are fairly healthy and don't need mandated coverage like maternity, you can save 30 to 60% with Health Plan Network. Couples under 65 are saving $500 to $1,000 a month with better coverage. You owe it to yourself to see if you qualify for a better plan that can save you money with lower deductibles. Go to healthplannetwork.net to request a quote. That's healthplannetwork.net. Or call Tim Cooper, an expert with over 23 years experience, at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712. Act now to see if you qualify to save 30 to 60%. healthplannetwork.net. Sensible solutions.
Aaron Walker here, looking for quality tires at a discount price. Hey, look no further. We got you covered at the all-new Naples Nissan Discount Tire Center. Sedan tires starting at $69 per tire, or $388 for a set of 4. SUV tires starting at $87 per tire, or $448 for a set of 4. Mounting and balance included, folks. Over 800 tires in stock, all major brands for all makes and models. That's right. We've got tires for all makes and models. Yes, the all-new Discount Tire Center may be located here at Naples Nissan, but we'll hook up that Toyota, Ford, or Chevy you're driving too. Southwest Florida, if you need new tires, regardless of what kind of car you're driving, you're definitely going to want to check out the grand opening sale we got going on here at the brand new Naples Nissan Discount Tire Center on Pine Ridge Road, or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select brands and models. Cannot be combined and excludes tax and shop fees. See dealer for details.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in? when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors. My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website anytime you want to watch. Steele has 3 E's. Don't forget about that. We got to make those shirts up. Just the 3 E's so everybody knows. Kind of like our little club. Drew Steele, Steele with 3 E's. Okay. You know, we haven't done it in a while. We haven't had our morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look like a freshman.
Well, thank you.
No, thank you for what you're doing.
Okay. In the middle of the president and the vice president, Kamala Harris, are talking to about COVID-19 vaccinations, and there was somebody who was asking questions. And it was on like the Zoom call meeting thing happening. The president of the United States decided that as he's looking at the individual he's talking to about vaccinations and what they've been doing, that he has to ask whether they were a freshman. Like, what's the? Why? It's kind of bizarre. Just because, you know, when you're thinking of people who smell other people and say things that are, you know, questionable at best. And
you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
That's one of them. Somehow, Joe Biden, even as president of the United States, is able to increase that the creep factor, as you will. It's not just
Sleepy Joe.
It's creepy Joe, right? I mean, why would he do that? Oh, no, it's endearing. That's right. Lunch Bucket Joe, it's endearing. People love it. People love when he does that. You should see the vice president's face. She was like, can you shut the camera off? Is there any way to move on from this? Or?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
There's always a better way, and we will always chase after it. We're building a cleaner energy future with millions of solar panels, and we're using the latest technology, investing in energy that's not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable. As we see it, the horizon is always moving, and to chase it is to deliver America's best energy value for you and for Florida. See how at fpl.com/value.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Come have an exciting offshore fishing adventure and maybe even hook up aboard the Blind Date. Blind Date Charters offers backwaters to offshore fishing and more. Whether you target tarpon, grouper, or snapper, the trip won't disappoint. Captain Tom Katz will provide a first-class experience that'll leave you with memories that last a lifetime. Call Blind Date Charters at 239-810-2473. That's 239-810-2473.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Your old pool pump is an energy hog and likely your second greatest user of electricity. We'll install a new Pentair energy-efficient pump, saving you over $500 a year. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
It's the story of two great loves, steak and lobster. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Mel's Diner presents this great combination to you at a price everyone will love. Just $19.99.
Bringing back good times and great food.
The Lob Story is back at Mel's Diner for Valentine's Day, featuring a fabulous filet mignon and a succulent lobster tail, including soup and or salad and baked potato, $19.99. Start your Valentine's Day with Mel's famous Lobster Benedict, just $15.99. Now that's an eye-opener. How about a mimosa with fresh squeezed orange juice, $5.59. Feeling romantic yet? Plus, Mel's is featuring great spectacular seafood specials with the freshest and finest seafood available anywhere. It's a new chapter in the steak and lobster love story. Valentine's Day, Sunday, February 14th at Mel's Diner with filet mignon and lobster tail. Brought to you with love from Mel's Diner.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Former President Trump's historic second impeachment trial starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, accused of inciting the Capitol riot. His legal team pushing back.
Stating in a brief, quote, Mr. Trump used the word fight a little more than a handful of times, and each time in the figurative sense that has long been accepted in public discourse.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. And Motown legend and co-founder of the Supremes, Mary Wilson, has died.
Wilson, along with Florence Ballard and lead singer Diana Ross, first hit #1 on the Billboard charts in 1964. Where Did Our Love Go became the first of a dozen chart toppers for the most successful female vocal group of all time.
Fox's Karen McHugh. Mary Wilson was 76. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
The interstate is still backed up and continues to get slower and more congested. If you are heading southbound on I-75 heading towards Alico, I would avoid the interstate. You can stick to Treeline or 41. If you're heading south of Alico to Corkscrew, stick to Ben Hill, Three Oaks, or 41. And we do have fog as you are commuting right now. I know you're seeing that over the dash. Make sure to watch that following distance. Only use your low beams. 2 crashes in Lehigh on Gunnery, 1 at Gunnery and 12th, and 1 at Gunnery and Leonard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this morning, dense fog advisory in effect, visibility at or below 1/4 mile in spots. Gradually, that will try to improve between 9 to 11 a.m. For this afternoon, mostly sunny, warm, high temperature of 84 degrees. However, even fog will be possible this afternoon along the coastline. More areas of fog tomorrow morning as we go back up into the mid-80s for your unseasonably warm Wednesday afternoon. Eventually, some rain chances do start to return Thursday, Friday, and all the way towards the weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
It's a new year and a fresh start. And a good time to freshen up your air conditioning system and indoor air quality. With our Southwest Florida weather, it's a good idea to have your system cleaned and checked by a conditioned air technician at least twice a year. Left unattended, small issues become big issues. Cars need regular maintenance, so do air conditioning systems. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. 888-COLD-AIR and online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
We are rainfall experts. More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sorry, I'm too busy. We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
We weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
I'm eating it right off the tray. A little embarrassing.
1 hour, 3 delicious dinners. Rachel's one tray bake is
stupid good, but crazy easy.
And how do you top that?
Leftovers are always the best meal. You know that, Rachel.
Chef Marcus Samuelson's fried chicken dinner pulls double duty.
Beautiful coconut fried chicken.
Plus, Dr. Christy Funk's secret weapon to helping your breast health. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
I was asked the other day if I could explain romance. Hi, it's Joseph Edison. I pondered that for a few moments. Wow, I'm not sure. Romance, it's a mystery, like the deep blue sea. Romance is when somebody makes more time to spend with their sweetie, and we help people do that. Closet Factory's master designers can make time for more date nights, and better organization clears the mind, giving you and your sweetie time to better concentrate on each other. Ah, romance.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, this is Daybreak. Hi, it's Drew Steele. That's Jake the Millennial over there sitting eating another Slim Jim. That's 4 this morning. 4 Slim Jims for breakfast. I'm telling you, that's not a good thing. I promise you. 3 maybe. But 4 is absolutely outrageous. You've overstepped your bounds.
They're organic turkey sticks.
Hey, yeah, okay. Well, in that case, all right, a lot going on. 239-479-5592. I tell you the phone number because coming up at 7:50, Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD today because it is Valentine's week. I don't know if you know this, but we're getting ready for the weekend, right? It's when is Valentine's Day? It's coming up. Look, Valentine's Day is coming up. That's all I know. It's coming up sooner than you know it, and I may have just said something to you men, and you're like, oh, no. What do I do? Well, how about a $50 gift card to Naples Soap Company? Naples Soap Company is amazing. I'm telling you, you want to get something for yourself or someone you love, there is no better place to go for Valentine's Day than Naples Soap Company. So you'll have a $50 gift card for playing Drew's College today. So that's going to be exciting, coming up in about 10 more minutes. So get ready for that. Also, Dr. Ben Carson's going to join us at 8:05, and he is doing something that I think is amazing. We're going to get to that is on the way, and also I just got to tell you that before we get into Jen Psaki and some of the things that she talked about, this is going to come around full circle. What I'm going to mention right now, and it's this: our good friend Jennifer Cabrera. From the Alachua Chronicle that we follow. She is fantastic when it comes to all things COVID related. That she's showing in long-term care facilities what the positivity rate of residents and staff in these facilities and what is happening lately. And the numbers are really good. Positive news here in the state of Florida, where long-term residents and staff in Florida, the numbers are going down month after month, day after day. They're starting to go down, and we're looking at really positive numbers day to day. And I don't know, and like she said, 5 weeks out from the first long-term care facility vaccination. So is it the vaccine effect? Is that what's happening? Is it herd immunity? What is it? But there's positive news. And that's the thing, you want to hear, regardless of what we think about masks or mask mandates, and Dr. Fauci, and the Fauci is the only person that can tell us what is and isn't. And if there's any other evidence that's presented, apparently he doesn't want to hear it, and neither does anyone else. Say all of those things, and we can do that for another moment. But just know that there are some good signs and some good news out there with regard to the vid, and especially in long-term resident care facilities with residents and staff, as day-to-day the numbers are going down. And whether this is the vaccination 5 weeks out, whether this is just the cycle of the virus, whatever the case may be, it's good news. So there is some positive news out there. There's very few things that can change the positive news that is happening here in the country. And like I said, full circle, we'll come back to this and you'll see coming up. Jen Psaki, a couple of things that she said yesterday. Jen Psaki, White House press secretary, a very transparent Biden presidency. It's so good to hear the transparency of the administration, especially when asked about the impeachment of a president who is no longer sitting in office and the constitutionality of doing that. And why are we doing this when the Constitution doesn't say anything specifically about going after a president who is no longer in office? And
aside from the particulars of this case, does President Biden think it's constitutional to impeach and convict a former president who is no longer in office?
I'm just not going to have any more for you on weighing in on impeachment. I appreciate it's a big story, but our focus is on the American Rescue Plan and delivering for the American people.
Oh, yeah, delivering. Well, it certainly isn't jobs. I mean, just ask people that have lost their jobs in the Keystone XL pipeline and other jobs that have been just written off with the stroke of a pen. Yeah, lots of transparency out of the administration. No, not really. You're not getting any of that because, they lie. Democrats, they open their mouth and there you go. It's a lie. It's just you can watch the mouth's moving, right? Isn't that the expression? Steve Doocy is somebody, Peter Doocy, excuse me. Steve Doocy's with Fox News and doing mornings. And Peter Doocy is there at the White House, and he is part of the press corps that is there to ask, finally, some tough questions of the administration. He was bringing up the jobs that were going to be lost thanks to the stroke of a pen of an executive order by this president. I'm just asking the simple question. Hey, when could the folks that lost those jobs in the energy sector get those fantastic, just beautiful new green jobs? When are those coming around?
When is it that the Biden administration is going to let the thousands of fossil fuel industry workers, whether it's pipeline workers or construction workers, who are either out of work or will soon be out of work because of a Biden EO, when it is and where it is that they can go for their green job? And that is something the administration has promised. There is now a gap. So I'm just curious when that happens, when those people can count on that.
Woo! Hey, what a great point, Peter Doocy. There he is. Hey, look, they're going to get these fantastic new green jobs, right? This is going to be great. Nothing to worry about. Look, if you're part of the fossil fuel industry, maybe you're a builder or construction in the pipeline, Maybe you are some of the ancillary businesses that are losing out, like restaurants, hotels, all kinds of businesses, small businesses that are losing as well. We forget about them. But Peter Ducey's not forgetting about them. I'm not forgetting about them. You're not forgetting about them. Hey, listen, all right, so we got some beautiful green jobs. There's a gap between the time that they have lost their job, which is now, and when these green jobs pop. When do we get to tell them when they get that brand new solar panel building job that they've been just dying to do? You know, you've probably there in the crib. Mommy, when I grow up, I want to build solar panels too. Okay, well, anyway, Jen Psaki's answer to the, I can't wait to build solar panels, just like my dad. He was in the fossil fuel industry. That's not what Joe Biden says. Okay, anyway.
Well, I'd certainly welcome you to present your data of all the thousands and thousands of people who won't be getting a green job. Maybe not.
Are you suggesting that there's no data? Are you suggesting that people have not lost their job? Okay.
Next time you're here, you can present that.
But you said that they would be getting green jobs, so I'm just asking when that happens. Richard Trumka, who is a friend, longtime friend of Joe Biden, says about that day one Keystone EO, he says, I wish he, the president, had paired that more carefully with the thing that he did second by saying, here's where we are creating the jobs. So there's partial evidence from Richard Trumka.
Well, you didn't include all of his interview. Would you like to include the rest?
So how about this? The Laborers International Union of North America said the Keystone decision will cost 1,000 existing union jobs and 10,000 projected construction jobs.
Not including restaurants, hotels, and other ancillary jobs, right, that are going to be lost as well.
Well, what Mr. Trump also indicated in the same interview was that President Biden has proposed a climate plan with transformative investments in infrastructure and laid out a plan that will not only create millions of good union jobs, but also help tackle the climate crisis.
Oh, all right. There's a plan. Jake, did you know that you can get a job right now as we speak if you lose your job in the fossil fuel industry based on a plan? So if the government's got a plan for millions of jobs, you've got a job right now. You're going to get paid right now as we speak. Did you know it only takes a plan from the United States government? All they have to tell you is they have a plan for millions of jobs for you to have a brand new job. How cool is that? Did you even know that that exists?
No, sure didn't.
Even Jake gets it. I mean, that didn't come out right. I didn't mean like Jake doesn't know. Here's the point. Jen Psaki is saying, I got the memo right here. Here's the memo. We've got a plan for millions of good-paying union jobs and a cleaner environment for these people that have lost their jobs now. A plan is not a job. A plan to have jobs down the line is not a job now. What Peter Ducey's trying to say is there's a gap. How long do these people have to be in the gap? Because that's, Washington doublespeak. We got the plan. There's going to be millions of jobs. What are you worried about? Shovel-ready jobs, right? Yeah, that never gets old. Shovel-ready job. They're going to be, what are you worried about? You're going to have a job. You're going to be building solar panels, and I don't know what else you're going to do. We'll find something for you. Don't worry about it. In the meantime, she doesn't answer the question. People can't live off a plan. People have to live for their job right now. Oh, and there's more. Where is and then Peter Ducey also wanted to know a little bit about immigration and what's happening there. Check this out.
On immigration, there's some new reporting that ICE is going to get some new guidance to no longer focus on deporting illegal immigrants who have been convicted of DUI, simple assault, solicitation, drug-based crimes, among other things.
So you got no worry. If you're here illegally, you do whatever you want. You're not going to be deported for any of these reasons, so knock yourself out. Enjoy your stay. It's like being on vacation. I'm not a full-time resident here. If something disappeared accidentally or something happened, hey, I'm leaving soon, so what's the difference? Or maybe you're not leaving. But then you don't have to worry about the government coming after you either. So What about that?
And I'm curious how that is in the interest of public safety.
Okay, so he's asking how you can allow all of these things to take place, all of these crimes to take place with illegals and not be deported. How does that keep the public safe? Public safety. Listen to the answer that Jen Psaki gives.
Well, first, it's guidelines that would be put out by the Department of Homeland Security, and I'd certainly send you them. They have a confirmed secretary now, but the priority for the enforcement of immigration laws will be on those who are posing a national security threat, of course, a public safety threat.
Wait. What's the laws going to be?
On those who are posing a national security threat. Of course, a public safety threat.
A what? A what threat?
Of course, a public safety threat.
That's what he's saying, that those people are a public safety threat. DUI. What was he? Peter Ducey, say that again?
To no longer focus on deporting illegal immigrants who've been convicted of DUI, simple assault, solicitation, drug-based crimes, among other things.
That's public safety. But she's saying, no, public safety is included in this. No, it's not. He just told you what your plan is. And she said, no, public safety is included.
And on recent arrivals, nobody is saying that DUIs or assault are acceptable behavior, and those arrested for such activity should be tried and sentenced as appropriate by local law enforcement. But we're talking about the prioritization of who is going to be deported from the country.
Woo! Is anybody else's head spinning, or is it just mine? Listen, here's the bottom line, because we got to do Drew's College right now. Here's the bottom line. The immigration policy of this administration is an absolute disaster, and it's dangerous to the public safety of this country. And not only the public safety, but the health of this country. I just went through the whole vaccine effect and the numbers in long-term residents among staff and residents and how these numbers are going down. There's some good news about the numbers and cases going down in this country. If we can't vet those who come across the country come into the country illegally, we can't vet those individuals who come here that we can't find, who have the virus and are bringing that virus and other, who knows, they're bringing the virus into this country. Chances are, the odds are, that is a public health safety issue. That should be something that's discussed as well, and yet this administration doesn't even want to talk about the obvious issue there with that. Why not? Oh, no, that's not fair. You can't do that. Really? All right. 239-479-5592. Let's do this right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 9 right now at 239-479-5592. You'll play Drew's College, and you will win a $50 gift card to Naples Soap Company. And I'm just telling you, Naples Soap, you're looking for the great gift for Valentine's Day for your loved one, someone you care about. They have fantastic gifts. It's a great place to go, Naples Soap. So a $50 gift card for caller number 9 right now, and you get to play. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is basically at a standstill on the interstate south of Daniels. If you're heading this way, avoid the interstate, guys. Stick to 41 or Tree Line. Also, if you're heading south of Alico to Corkscrew, stick to Ben Hill, Three Oaks, or US 41. There is a crash at Iona and McGregor. Slight delays northbound on McGregor, as well as a crash at 82 and Forum Boulevard. Now, this is causing backups heading west to the interstate. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Dense fog advisory in effect for your Tuesday morning. We will be starting with areas of low clouds, then eventually becoming sunnier. It will be a warm Tuesday afternoon with a high temperature of 84. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
It's the biggest, fattest, zeroist event ever. Well,
That's what it is. The Big Fat Zero event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. It's exactly what you've been waiting on, Southwest Florida, because you buy a new Nissan with zero money down, 0% APR financing, zero payments till next year. What can be better? Winning the lottery? Sure, but then you'd have to pay a lot of taxes, pay your family, pay for a lawyer. I prefer the Big Fat Zero. Of course, because when you buy a new Nissan from Sutherland, you don't pay a penny down, you don't pay a penny in interest, and you don't pay a penny till 2022. Get to the Big Fat Zero event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Shop online at nissansales.com or capecoralnissan.com. If it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much. See dealer for details.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right. Let's go to Martin. Martin's in beautiful Bonita. So beautiful they named it twice. Hey, Martin.
Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, sir. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Martin, do you remember Bill Clinton was president of the United States? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Who was the vice president then?
Gore.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a associate's degree. Let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Ron DeSantis won the governorship here of the state of Florida back in 2018. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Who did he beat? Who was the Democrat? Gilliam, that's right, Andrew Gilliam. That's correct. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. What are 2 rights declared in the Declaration of Independence? The Declaration of Independence. 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence. Give me 2 of the 3.
Right of religion.
Declaration. Listen, the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Taxation without representation.
All right, I'll give you a clue. Life.
Liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
There you go. I'm giving clues. I'm feeling generous. Give him clues. All right, why not?
Man.
Listen, Martin, this is a civics lesson. You know, the kids, the youths that are out there, they got to understand what's going on here, right?
Did you say youths?
I said youths. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this very question. All right, well, why not? Let's do this then. How about give me 3 rights or freedoms in the First Amendment? Think of the First Amendment.
Oh, there we go.
Now, give me... Go ahead.
Speech, religion, bear arms.
No, bear arms would be that you're thinking of the Second Amendment. So the First Amendment would be speech, religion, assembly, press, petition, government. But that. Hey, listen, you did great today, though, Martin. No worries.
You got close.
You did. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College, and you got a $50 gift card to Naples Soap Company. I'm telling you, Naples Soap is a great place to go. And you're going to love the gifts and the opportunity there to get some fantastic gifts for this Valentine. And all week long, we're going to be celebrating with these gifts from Naples Soap Company. Wow. So congratulations, Martin. Stay right there. Don't move, okay?
Thank you, Drew.
All right. There's Martin. Dr. Ben Carson coming up in just a bit. We'll talk a little bit about the fact that he's going to be here in Southwest Florida at an event that you can be at. We'll give you details on how you can get those tickets. Talk a little bit about his new project moving forward. It's really good.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I cannot tell you how awesome it is when my family comes over and I say, you're going to get great tasting water straight from your faucet. I'm telling you, it's great on your skin, your hair, and your appliances. Think of what your water's doing now. Well, you should call now for your free multi-point Pentair water test. And I'm telling you, you're going to love the way your water tastes with your new Pentair water system. Every faucet in your house, it's the coolest thing ever. And there's a big difference when you call a Pentair water specialist. When you give Max a call at Pentair, trained, uniformed experts in our city and well water. That's a big deal, right? With their mobile showroom, you're wondering what you're going to get. A wide range of water treatment options, and you can see them in front of you. They install your new Pentair water system for you, and the big news right now is Pentair has a new Easy Flow under-counter filtration system. It is certified to reduce 99% of lead. Call now for your free water test, and right now save 15% on your whole home water system like I have in my house. With Pentair, never any sales pressure, so call them 239-880-7799 or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
We need to get back to the times when you could agree to disagree and help your neighbors.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
All parties have agreed to a structure that will ensure a fair and honest Senate impeachment trial.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, House Democrat managers will argue the former president incited last month's deadly Capitol attack, calling it the most grievous constitutional crime ever committed by a president.
The Trump legal team writing in a brief, the trial is going to be political theater, blaming Nancy Pelosi. Quote, the Speaker of the House and her allies have tried to callously harness the chaos of the moment for their own political gain.
Now, this all starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and since it involves a former president, they will
begin with debate over whether it's even constitutional, and then a simple majority vote. Then 16 hours for House managers to make their case, 16 hours for the president's defense.
That's Fox's Mike Emanuel. That Capitol riot happened after 2 months of Trump fraud claims that the election was stolen from him. How he got involved in Georgia is now under investigation. Fox's Evan Brown is on this live.
Yeah, Dave, just days before that riot and before the Georgia Senate runoffs last month, a recording of a phone call between then-President Donald Trump, his lawyers, and Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger was made public by the Washington Post, which alleged Trump to be pressuring Raffensperger for further recounting of Georgia's presidential election. Now a complaint filed by a law professor claims the former president violated Georgia election law. Raffensperger's office is now looking into it. A spokesperson for Trump says there was nothing improper, Dave.
A judge in Florida has ruled the school district cannot be held liable for not warning students at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland about the threat Nicholas Cruz posed. He's the accused mass shooter awaiting trial in the murder of 17 people. Mary Wilson has died, one of the Supremes. That was one of a dozen #1 hits for the popular Motown group. Mary Wilson was 76 and died in Las Vegas. America's listening to Fox News.
Heard the good Wink News. Traffic.
Traffic is basically at a standstill on the interstate south of Daniels. If you're heading this way, avoid the interstate, guys. Stick to 41 or Tree Line. Also, if you're heading south of Alico to Corkscrew, stick to Ben Hill, Three Oaks, or US 41. There is a crash at Iona and McGregor, slight delays northbound on McGregor, as well as a crash at 82 and Forum Boulevard. Now, this is causing backups heading west to the interstate. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this morning, dense fog advisory in effect, visibility at or below a quarter of a mile in spots. Gradually, that will try to improve between 9 to 11 a.m. For this afternoon, mostly sunny, warm, high temperature of 84 degrees. However, even fog will be possible this afternoon along the coastline. More areas of fog tomorrow morning as we go back up into the mid-80s for your unseasonably warm Wednesday afternoon. Eventually, some rain chances do start to return Thursday, Friday, and all the way towards the weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
We are rainfall experts. More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sorry, I'm too busy. We tell you how we're doing it. Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline. We weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
I'm eating it right off the tray.
So embarrassing.
1 hour, 3 delicious dinners. Rach's one tray bake is
Stupid good, but crazy easy.
And how do you top that?
Leftovers are always the best meal. You know that, Rachel.
Chef Marcus Samuelson's fried chicken dinner pulls double duty.
Beautiful coconut fried chicken.
Plus, Dr. Christy Funk's secret weapon to helping your breast health. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Hey, Matthew, we need to restock those sleeping bags.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
One of you cover this register?
Like at Anita's outdoor store. To keep sales climbing, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. We are so glad you're joining us today. Blessed and humbled that you would make this program the start of your day. We do appreciate it. 239-479-5592. You can watch at drewsteele.com, the website, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio as well. Coming up tomorrow, I believe it is, Florida Citizens Alliance is hosting their 4th annual gala. It's called Celebrating Kids and Country. It's happening in Naples at the Naples Grand Hotel tomorrow. And you're going to hear from great speakers, and we're going to give you information on how you can get tickets. One of the people that will be here in Southwest Florida, in Naples specifically, is Dr. Ben Carson, who is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Dr. Carson, it's Drew Steele. How are you today? Great to have you back on again.
I'm doing well. Good to be with you again.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about education, but before I get into that, it really does circle back to, see what I did there? I circle back. That seems to be the way to discuss things now lately. Sorry about that. The American Cornerstone Institute. This is fantastic what you are doing, because it really does get to what people have been talking about, ways now that we can have the discussion, have the debate, how we are going to get back to our constitutional republic, our faith, what we believe as communities. And we're going to talk about the Cornerstone Institute specifically in just a second, but I do have to ask this question as well. Being there as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development for 4 years, how was it there in Washington, D.C., having to deal with the bureaucracy, dealing with individuals, dealing with people who really, in a lot of ways, didn't have your ideology and even what you believe as a conservative, and moving this country in a direction that would be a positive for all people? How difficult was that?
Well, there's no question it was difficult. But in the beginning, one of the things that I felt was very important was to involve the career people who had been there. Many people have been there for 20, 30, 40. There are some there even there for 50 years. And they've had a lot of experience. And the things that we were advocating were really things that were going to help people to get out of a state of dependency and move them towards self-sufficiency. So we involved them with the planning of these things and with the design of these things so that they felt that they had some ownership. And it made it much easier to work with people. And I think that's the way you generally need to do things when you live in a pluralistic society where everybody doesn't think the same. The my way or the highway attitude doesn't work.
Yeah.
Working with people in Congress was a little more difficult because there's so many disingenuous people there who say one thing and then do something else, and they've always got their finger in the air seeing which way the wind is blowing. But even there, it was possible to work with some of the people on the other side of the aisle, and particularly when I went to the various districts around the country. And it would be to their benefit to be seen, to be involved. And we would just follow up on those things and make sure that they were adherent to their word.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's part of the the process of how we get to a place that we want to be, is that when you include people in the process, like you're talking about, even people that have been in D.C. for many, many years, even some that would hold their finger to the wind and know what the administration is in charge at the moment and what you're trying to accomplish. Is that how we end up succeeding, is bringing in people who may not otherwise on the surface believe what you believe, but when they see the success of what you're trying to accomplish, then they can't help but be on your side, or at least question what they have believed before, because you're making the case by not just words, but deeds.
Exactly. And including the minute they can actually see what's happening. You know, for instance, in the beginning, they were saying how we were reversing all the civil rights acts. And, you know, when they saw how many people and how we were clearing out all the backlog of cases and what we were actually doing, you know, all of that sort of settled down. But, you know, the important thing is you have to be able to communicate. It's like a marriage. You know, in the beginning, you know, people can't keep their hands off of each other. They want to be around each other. They're always talking. And by the time they get divorced, they don't speak to each other. The next thing you know, their spouse is the devil incarnate. You know, that's what happens on a larger social scale as well. And we need to recognize that not everybody thinks the same. And it's not a sin because somebody doesn't think the same way that you do. I always say if two people feel the same about everything, one of them isn't necessary. So, you know, it's good to have discussions and to work things out. And that's the way we used to do things. In the beginning, there was no monolithic thought. But you can't even imagine America in the beginning where people would say, they don't agree with me. Let's make their lives miserable. Let's make sure they can't work. Let's destroy their families. Yeah, come on. Where did that come from? That certainly does not come from our Judeo-Christian background.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Ben Carson joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. He'll be here in Southwest Florida tomorrow in Naples at the Naples Grand Hotel. The Florida Citizens Alliance having their 4th annual gala called Celebrating Kids and Country. You can go to goflca.com. That's goflca.com if you want to get tickets for the event tomorrow. And, you know, as we talk about that idea and, you know, what the discourse has been lately in this country, the discussion back and forth and how one side has completely dismissed another side, even being able to talk and debate. And like you were mentioning with marriages, even at the end of a marriage, you can always look and say there was a beginning. And at that beginning, things were good. So there's even that moment where you you can identify where you were together in a lot of ways. And I wonder if when it comes to education, if we're in that same place. For example, we know school choice and the effectiveness and how that works. We understand what is and isn't the curriculum that should be in school, as opposed to what as families and people of faith should be able to decide what is being taught and what isn't being taught, that we have a say in this. And talk maybe about that concern that you have.
Well, our educational system in this country used to be the envy of the world. And now look where we are. We have a situation where people can't even go to school. And in the rest of the world, that's not going on. And they've got COVID-19 as well. We're allowing education to be politicized. And we had an opportunity to see into the classrooms because of the remote learning, some of the things that were being taught to the children. It wasn't the basic education that allows a person to flourish. It was a lot of ideology. And really, that is not the place of the public school system. The school system should be educating people for how they can function and succeed in society. Make sure that they're able to write well. Make sure that they understand mathematical principles. Make sure that they understand the true history of the world and of their country. Those are the kinds of things that give people the tools that are necessary to succeed, not propaganda. And it's not to say that that people can't be exposed to propaganda, but let that be in their home. Let that be in their community, not in the school.
Yeah. And that takes me to something that I have to admit that I'm really excited about, because I believe this is how we demonstrate and how we are going to be able to really change hearts and minds, if you will, and that is the American Cornerstone Institute. Talk about the American Cornerstone Institute, ACI, and your mission.
Well, our country is an amazing place, and we went from a ragtag bunch of militiamen to the pinnacle of the world in record time. Why? Because we had cornerstone principles and values, things like our faith, things like community, recognizing that we were not each other's enemies and that we got much more done by working together. Understanding liberty, the whole concept of liberty. Many people came to this country because they wanted to be freed from governments that wanted to control every aspect of their life. And here we are in 2021, where people in this country, believe it or not, are monitoring what they're saying. They're afraid to say things in public because they might be punished. This is America. And then life. We want to emphasize the sanctity of life from conception to death and enhance the quality of life. And I discovered, during my time at HUD, that one of the best ways to do this is by community events, round tables, various types of forums where you bring people with various views together to focus on a specific problem. And by putting the things out on the table and discussing them, you can frequently get people to understand what makes sense and what does not make sense. When people don't have a chance to actually be exposed to the other side and actually have discussions, and they only listen to one source of news, they frequently have very distorted views, but they're quite amenable to changing when they're able to engage in intelligent discussion.
Right. Yeah, and that kind of takes us back full circle, which would be the beginning of the conversation, talking about how you were bringing people in to see what you were doing, to have them be part of the success, which helps certainly, but also to see what is working, and that's how you change hearts and minds. And I might even make the case that we can't be afraid to go to the places that people don't expect us to be. We have to be in communities where people don't expect us to show up. Politicians should always be that way, I believe. But can we do that, though? I guess what I'm saying is that we should take out the federal government portion of it and make it about community. If we can do this in our communities, if we can bring the ideology and the concepts of ACI, for example, to our communities and our community discussion, that's where it all starts.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And recognize that this country is formed by the people, not formed by the government. And we need to realize that the vast majority of the American people are reasonable. They have common sense. They'll extend a helping hand to somebody. They won't ask them if they're a Democrat or a Republican. But along comes the politicians and the media to always stir things up and to make you think that that person is your enemy. And we're not inherently like that. That's not America. And if America is going to be saved, it will not be saved by the politicians. It will be saved by we the people.
Yeah, no doubt. Dr. Carson, listen, I appreciate a few minutes of your time always. It'll be great to have you here in Southwest Florida. And I would encourage people to go to AmericanCornerstone.org, AmericanCornerstone.org. Find out more about American Cornerstone Institute. This is fantastic. And this is how, when people say, how do we get our country back? This is how we get our country back. This is how you do it. It starts right here. It starts at AmericanCornerstone.org, and it starts in our communities. And looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. All the best. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes today.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
All right. 239-479-5592. Dr. Ben Carson joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Again, he will be here in town along with Elveda King, MLK Jr.'s niece, retired three-star General Jerry Boykin, and Dr. Ben Carson, all in Naples tomorrow Florida Citizens Alliance hosting their 4th annual gala called Celebrating Kids and Country. It's at the Naples Grand Hotel. And if you want tickets, you can get them right now. And I would encourage you to go right now to goflca.com. That's goflca.com and get your tickets right now so that you can see Dr. Ben Carson in town along with General Boykin and Alveda King. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along. You can watch, don't forget, here at our website, drewsteele.com, my website. You certainly can go to facebook.com /Drew Steele Radio and to watch as well. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is basically at a standstill on the interstate south of Daniels. If you're heading this way, avoid the interstate, guys. Stick to 41 or Tree Line. Also, if you're heading south of Alico to Corkscrew, stick to Ben Hill, Three Oaks, or US 41. There is a crash at Iona and McGregor. Slight delays northbound on McGregor, as well as a crash at 82 and Forum Boulevard. Now, this is causing backups heading west to the interstate. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Dense fog advisory in effect for your Tuesday morning. We will be starting with areas of low clouds, then eventually becoming sunnier. It will be a warm Tuesday afternoon with a high temperature of 84. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News.
Right, all along. It's the story of two great loves, steak and lobster. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Mel's Diner presents this great combination to you at a price everyone will love. Just $19.99.
Back good times and great food.
The Lob Story is back at Mel's Diner for Valentine's Day, featuring a fabulous filet mignon and a succulent lobster tail, including soup and or salad and baked potato, $19.99. Start your Valentine's Day with Mel's famous Lobster Benedict, just $15.99. Now that's an eye-opener. How about a mimosa with fresh squeezed orange juice, $5.59. Feeling romantic yet? Plus, Mel's is featuring great, spectacular seafood specials with the freshest and finest seafood available anywhere. It's a new chapter in the steak and lobster love story. Valentine's Day, Sunday, February 14th at Mel's Diner with filet mignon and lobster tail. Brought to you with love from Mel's Diner.
Even in my 80s, every dive is exciting and enjoyable. When I developed cataracts years ago, I couldn't see well underwater. You can have the best gear and know the best dive spots. If your eyes aren't the best, it's just not the same. And Dr. Scheibo knows that.
Knowing how much Jimbo cares about diving, it was a privilege to fix his vision.
It's great to know that we got eye doctors in our area that care just as much about me as I care about being in the water.
Hi, this is Dr. Scheibel from Community Eye Center. My partner, Dr. Spatafora, and I want to remind everybody, don't be a spreader. The coronavirus is so tiny, 100 million particles fit on the head of a pin. As we run around in our trucks and cars and play golf and go fishing and go to work and do the things we like to do, we are spreading the virus. The virus can only move with us. Over 65, diabetes, COPD, all these folks will be hurt severely by this virus. Wash your hands, be careful, don't be a spreader.
A Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are intelligent. You make all the right decisions. You were smart before smart was cool, and you made it cool again. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so very clever. I bet you already knew I was going to say that, you genius. There, don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you hear you could save big when you switch to Progressive. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that, too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Aaron Walker here. Looking for quality tires at a discount price? Hey, look no further. We got you covered at the all-new Naples Nissan Discount Tire Center. Sedan tires starting at $69 per tire, or $388 for a set of 4. SUV tires starting at $87 per tire, or $448 for a set of 4. Mounting and balance included, folks. Over 800 tires in stock, all major brands for all makes and models. That's right. we've got tires for all makes and models. Yes, the all-new Discount Tire Center may be located here at Naples Nissan, but we'll hook up that Toyota, Ford, or Chevy you're driving too. Southwest Florida, if you need new tires, regardless of what kind of car you're driving, you're definitely going to want to check out the grand opening sale we got going on here at the brand new Naples Nissan Discount Tire Center on Pine Ridge Road, or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select brands and models. Cannot be combined and excludes tax and shop fees. See dealer for details.
True relief for back and neck pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break, 92.5 Fox News. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this. Wink News has a story that says here on their Twitter account, a World Health Organization, a WHO expert says that the coronavirus, it didn't come from a Chinese lab. It probably jumped from through an intermediary species and then has this whole little kind of graph thing that they're trying to describe it. I mean, we don't want to blame it on the Chinese lab. We don't want to even say it's the China virus. You can't do that because, that would be trouble. I'm not even sure. Oh, wait, DrewSteele.com. Is it still up? Is it still up? Yeah, it's still up. Okay, just making sure because you can't say things like, hydroxychloroquine. Is the website still up? Okay, sorry. Check. Jake, are we okay?
Yeah, I'm going to have to get some kind of censor button.
Yeah, just double checking. I'm so what you're shutting me down now? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, just like a beep.
Yeah, all right, like a beep. All right, that's right. And the fact that, we're looking for how mask mandates don't work, and there's evidence to show that mask mandates. Hey, are we allowed to say that? Are we still up? Look, you got the Tampa Mayor who is looking to identify and handle individuals who weren't wearing masks during the Super Bowl. No, I'm not kidding. That's what she's planning on doing, right?
Downtown, out by the stadium, Ybor City, down here in Channelside, and very, very few incidents. So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified, and the Tampa Police Department will handle it.
So they're going to identify you. They're going to handle it. Tampa Mayor is saying we're going to find out who you were that were maskless downtown there in the Tampa area at the Super Bowl. Hey, Tom Brady went into the stadium. He wasn't wearing a mask. That's actually on video. Are you all going to go to his place too, or how's that work? Just asking.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there?
Tune in to Retire with TriFound with the TriFound Financial Team. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with TriFound, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Insurance products offered through TriFound Financial, LLC.
Welcome to Smart Floors. For a limited time, Smart Floors is offering contractor pricing on all CoreTech vinyl luxury flooring. CoreTech, normally priced at $3.99 a square foot, is yours for only $2.99. And CoreTech, that's $5.99, is now only $4.49. No gimmicks, no hassles, just smart service at a smart price. In Naples, next to Home Goods in the Park Shore Plaza.
When shopping for new floor, we stand for so much more. Smart service, smart prices, Smart Floors.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. I want to talk to you about Cathedral Roofing Innovations. They're the tile roof experts right here in Southwest Florida. Now, they've got an important message for you for anybody at all who's had these three things happen. Listen up. If you answer yes to all three, you got to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. Here we go. Number one, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? Number two, do you have a roof tile? And number three, did your insurance company deny your claim or only pay for a small repair? Well, look, I know that thousands of you that are listening right now answered yes to these questions. Even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. All you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Go to cathedralroofingnaples.com to start increasing the value of your home now. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Impeachment trial number 2 set to start this afternoon for former President Trump accused of inciting the Capitol riot. There's also an investigation underway involving something which took place just days before the violence, a recording of a phone call
between then-President Donald Trump, his lawyers, and Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger was made public by the Washington Post, which alleged Trump to be pressuring Raffensperger for further recounting of Georgia's presidential election. Now a complaint filed by a law professor claims the former president violated Georgia election law.
Fox's Eben Brown, and it's unlikely COVID-19 escaped from a Chinese lab, according to World Health Organization investigators visiting Wuhan.
Peter Ben-Mbarek says it's more likely the virus jumped to humans from an animal.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News traffic.
The interstate is still backed up heading south of Daniels. Don't get stuck in that. If you're heading towards Corkscrew, avoid 75. You can stick to Tree Line. 41, Michael G. Rip to head south towards Alico. And you have Ben Hill, Three Oaks, and 41 up to speed heading south to Corkscrew. Also, the crash at 82 and Forum Boulevard is causing delays of about a half mile heading west to the interstate. Still seeing that slow traffic as well in Lehigh from the crash at Gunnery and 12th. Southbound delays just in front of Lehigh Senior High heading to Lee Boulevard. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this morning, dense fog advisory in effect, visibility at or below a quarter of a mile in spots. Gradually, that will try to improve between 9 to 11 a.m. For this afternoon, mostly sunny, warm, high temperature of 84 degrees. However, even fog will be possible this afternoon along the coastline. More areas of fog tomorrow morning as we go back up into the mid-80s for your unseasonably warm Wednesday afternoon. Eventually, some rain chances do start to return Thursday, Friday, and all the way towards the weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus. It's on the police.
Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's
Big Al from Stevie Tomato's sports page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Clients love their salt system for silky smooth water, less maintenance, and they never buy chlorine. If you want the ultimate, we can add a BioShield for UV water disinfection. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Trust. It's not a concept, it's a commitment.
Reliable and honest every single day.
At Wink News, we're committed to reporting the news that matters for you.
Thank you for trusting Wink News. This is a big story.
And that affects you.
We're coming to you live.
Because if we're asking for your trust, we will continue our commitment to be trustworthy.
The reason people trust us is the people that work here.
With 6 decades in the community, trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
On the next Drew Barrymore show, she's one of our favorite Galentines. She has a romantic comedy. I like romantic comedies. Katherine Heigl, you are in all these films that we love to cozy into. And Be Positive star Terrence Terrell. Plus, a spicy twist on fried rice. You just changed my life. All new Drew.
Drew, today at 3 on Wink.
Now more than ever, it's essential to have a primary care provider ready to care for you. Book your first appointment through Millennium Physician Group's telehealth service, MPG Connect, and get established with a care team who'll be there for you wherever and whenever you need. Primary and specialty care, walk-in centers, lab services, imaging centers, and COVID-19 evaluation and testing. Connect with Millennium Physician Group today and be ready for tomorrow. 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. As you know, each and every day, if you would like and want to call, we will do the thing. It's your thing. It's whatever is on your mind and whatever you want to talk about. The thing coming up right after the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3,
News 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
I was in the chamber when the rioters were coming over. I was taking my jacket off, my tie off, rolling my sleeves up just in case I had to fight. The chances of me understanding and appreciating the severity of the situation is 100%. The one person I don't blame for that situation is President Trump. I don't blame the non-violent protesters outside. I blame the individuals coming in the chamber, coming in the building. And so the Democrats should put the blame where it stands, where it should be, and it does not have to do with the president who said go peacefully to protest.
Yeah, but they won't. That is Senator Tim Scott on Fox News yesterday explaining that, listen, I'm going to defend the former president of the United States from these Democrats and the media who are lying about everything that is going on, about the mob that entered the Capitol on January 6th. And by the way, speaking of those that went into the Capitol, who's to say that, I'm just asking this question, who's to say that they didn't go in because they were listening to Maxine Waters and they were angry? Or they were listening to MSNBC and they were angry? They were listening to Fredo Cuomo and they got angry. Who's to say that that's not the reason? Maybe you should check.
Number 4.
We had tens of thousands of people all over the city, downtown, out by the stadium, Ybor City, down here in Channelside, and very, very few incidents. So I'm proud of our community, but those few bad actors will be identified, and the Tampa Police Department will handle it.
Nothing to see here. Move along. Everything is fine. It's the mayor of Tampa, Jane Castor, who had a press conference yesterday saying, listen, most people, Ybor City and different places, Channelside and the like, they were doing real well when it comes to masking up during the Super Bowl, but there were some bad actors and some people. And here's what we want to do. We want to identify you non-mask-wearing people. And we're going to handle it. And we're going to have the Tampa police do what? Knock on your door, maybe ask if that's you, a picture that maybe one of your neighbors sent or somebody sent, surveillance. That's what we're going to do. Is that where we are right now? In Tampa, apparently so.
Number 3.
Are you a freshman at the university?
No.
You look like a freshman.
Well, thank you.
No, thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a Creepy Joe moment. We haven't had enough of those morning cup of Joe moments, right?
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke.
It's not a joke. You got to have a morning cup of Joe moment. There's our morning cup of Joe right there. Little Joe Biden, as they're talking about the coronavirus and the vaccines, and they're on the Zoom call with the vice president, and then there is this a lovely young lady who's talking to the president about all of what's happening with vaccinations and the like, and he asks if she's a freshman. Are you a freshman? Oh, there's nothing creepy about. Yes, there is.
Number 2.
When is it that the Biden administration is going to let the thousands of fossil fuel industry workers, whether it's pipeline workers or construction workers, who are either out of work or will soon be out of work because of a Biden EO, when it is and where it is that they can go for their green job? And that is something the administration has promised. There is now a gap. So I'm just curious when that happens, when those people can count on that.
Well, I'd certainly welcome you to present your data of all the thousands and thousands of people who won't be getting a green job. Maybe next time you're here, you can present that.
Oh, a little snarky are we, Jen Psaki? A little Psakiism there, going after Peter Doocy, who's saying, listen, there's a big gap between the moment in time that these individuals right now, because of a Biden executive order, have lost their jobs in the energy industry, Keystone and the like, right? And all the ancillary jobs that go along with it, like hotels and restaurants. We don't care about those people, small businesses. We got big businesses like Amazon. They're going to take over the world. We're fine. But anyway, yeah, all of these energy sector jobs, there's a gap between this moment where we stand right now and the moment when the plan comes together with these millions of green jobs. My daddy's going to be making solar panels. And when I grow up, I want to make solar panels. I don't know why I did that. That was really rude. But anyway, there's a gap here. When are we going to fill this gap? Where are the jobs go? Where do I go? Is there a website? Hey, I got a bunch of greenjobs.net. Like, where do we go? And Jen Psaki's like, hey, show me the data where you don't see these green jobs coming. What?
Number 1.
What do you think of requiring a COVID test before someone flies, even domestically?
Well, there's an active conversation with the CDC right now. What I can tell you is it's going to be guided by data, by science, by medicine, and by the input of the people who are actually going to have to carry this out. But
how about that, everybody? How about we have Pete Buttigieg, who's telling us right now that if you're planning on flying...
Buttigieg! Buttigieg!
All right, if you're planning on flying... Yeah, you need a COVID test. Maybe you need a vaccination. You got to vax up. No vaccination, no flying. How do you feel about that?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg, who's the Secretary of Transportation, who I don't know what his experience in transportation is. Look, he drives. He's got a car. What else do you need? He's sitting with with Axios for an interview on, what we need to do on our roads and bridges and highways and the changes that have to happen. And they're having this normal conversation about transportation and what we should be doing in the world of the vid.
What's the biggest way that transportation has been permanently changed by the pandemic?
It's too soon to know for sure, but I think it's safe to say that our...
Okay, by the way, it is Pete Buttigieg is the one person on the planet...
Buttigieg! Buttigieg!
I got it!
He is like a little baby.
Who can say nothing in 2 minutes worth of time? Like absolutely nothing. Here's what he knows.
Old patterns of life, the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday commuting patterns, are not going to be exactly the same.
Yeah, and so how might that change what your staff does?
We think trains, planes, and automobiles, but what about bikes, scooters, wheelchairs for that matter?
Yeah, what about the bike, scooters, wheelchairs, the roads? We need space for them, right?
Those are things you plan to pay more attention to.
Absolutely, yeah. Look, roads aren't only for vehicles.
No.
We got to make sure that pedestrians and individuals and bicyclists and businesses can all coexist on the same roadway.
Holy cow! These are going to be some incredible roads. So let's just get this straight. So on the roads of America right now, hey, if you drive on Immokalee at any time, Immokalee heading towards I-75, you know how Immokalee gets? If you're driving on Colonial and I-75 at any moment when you're driving down there, how enormous do we have to make the roads to make sure we have cars, pedestrians, buggies, bicycles, wheelchairs, trucks, what else am I thinking? Low flying drones. What else can we get on the road? Man, could we have a lane for each? Why don't we do that? I think that's Pete Buttigieg's plan. His plan is that we're going to have these new giant roadways and cars go in one, wheelchairs go in one, pedestrians go in one. We'll have bicycles go in one. We'll have scooters go in another. Did I mention pedestrians, people walking in the middle of the street? Yep, we'll have a lane for that as well. That sounds like it'll work. I like it.
What do you think of requiring a COVID test before someone flies, even domestically?
Well, there's an active conversation with the CDC right now. What I can tell you is it's going to be guided by data, by science, by medicine, and by the input of the people who are actually going to have to carry this out. But here's the thing. The safer we can make air travel in terms of perception as well as reality, the more people are going to be ready to get back in the air.
Wait. The more we can do what?
The safer we can make air travel in terms of perception as well as reality.
In terms of what?
In terms of perception as well.
Perception. Hey, how many of you are willing to fly as long as it's a perceived safety issue? As long as you're, I think, look, I believe it's safe. So I'm going to get ready to go on. I don't know if it is necessarily, but Pete's telling me that it's safe. So as long as we have a perceived feeling like everything is safe, as opposed to it is safe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off base. It's just the perceived reality. But Pete's got this all planned out. We're going to have 8 gajillion lanes as we drive now. We got to share the road with everybody. Okay. 239-479-5592. And also, hey, the science and the data is going to dictate everything that we do. You know, like the mayor of the city of Tampa who's going after people now who were maskless. Tom Brady was maskless as he was walking into the stadium, and we got him on video, so hopefully they'll go after him. They're going to have the police handle it, right?
There just has to be that level of personal responsibility. You can supply everyone with a mask, advise them of the science behind it, and expect that they are going to abide by the mask order. Again, you're going to find a few that don't. The majority that I saw were wearing masks.
By the way, she started the conversation by saying this.
Everyone knows that simply wearing a mask dramatically reduces the spread of COVID-19.
Dramatically reduces it. Like, the evidence is there. I've got a sheet of paper that will give you the scientific evidence that every single scientist that is out there agrees that it is dramatically reduced when you're wearing a mask. Hey, if you wear 3 masks, you might pass out because you can't breathe. But if you wear 3, it's dramatically, 3 times, dramatically. Say that 3 times fast. Man, you talk about, if you think 1's dramatic, can you imagine what 3 is? It's scientific. And what we should do is we should have police walking down the street. And what they should do is, because they're not busy, they're not really doing a whole lot. There's not a lot to do. There isn't any indication that there's things to look at, like the fact that there's water supplies in the state of Florida that maybe have been hacked into and causing concern about the quality of the water to the point where there are people that could get deathly sick. There's nothing like that that's going on. Oh, yeah, we had that story out yesterday. The fact that hackers apparently were able to hack into the Oldsmar water supply and raise the chemical levels in the water supply to dangerous levels, although the person that saw the hack happening was able to stop it before it continued. Maybe we should focus more of the attention of law enforcement on that as opposed to hunting down maskless individuals at Ybor City. I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong. But we'll give these officers who don't have a lot to do pamphlets with information, the facts that we can hand to people that are maskless and say, listen, here's the fact. They could just be pamphlet hand, like on Elf. Remember Elf when he was walking through New York City and he kept going to that one guy and kept taking the pamphlet? Thank you. Maybe we'll do that. That sounds like a good idea. Because officers don't have a whole lot to do. Hey, speaking of some of what's been put out there in the maskless Super Bowl, check this out. The Hill, which isn't exactly a conservative website. The Hill says DeSantis on going maskless at the Super Bowl, quote, I had to watch the Bucs win. The headline from The Hill says the governor of the state of Florida, DeSantis, on going maskless at the Super Bowl, his comment was, hey, I had to watch the Bucs win. The problem is that when you actually go to the full quote of what the governor said, he said, how the hell am I going to be able to drink a beer with a mask on? Come on, I had to watch the Bucs win. Yeah, you got to leave that part out. Otherwise, you can't look for the maskless on the streets. We'll have the police have a discussion with you. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Move along. But that's where we are. Oh gosh, what else was I going to touch on? Oh, well, no. Where was it? Yeah, I can do this. All right, I wanted to just make mention of the fact that there's going to be the Senate impeachment trial going on. It's a big show. It's going to be a show. That's all it's about. Tomorrow, all we're going to do, and this week, all it's going to be discussed is the show that was put on by Democrats to try to make a case that they can't make, that they have no intention on making, that it's all about looking at you specifically and saying that because you voted for the former president, that you in some way, shape, or form are just as guilty as an individual who did nothing wrong, but in their eyes did everything wrong since day one. And don't you get it that it's about you not even wanting to talk about the past, you not even wanting to talk about your support for the former president, for you to stop, to go away, to not bring this up any longer, which I'm positive you're going to tell him to go pound sand. But we'll hear a lot of that. And to remember that that's the intent. The intent of all of this is to somehow make you go away. To just forget that even if there was talk of, and there is talk about a majority of GOP voters that would join a new Trump-led political party, a new poll is showing, a Hill-Harris poll, that they would do that. We don't need a new party. We need to control the Republican Party, if you're looking at it this way because that's where the numbers just don't work out for a third party. But they certainly do, as long as the GOP understands that the majority of Republicans do like the policies that were there before, that do like the former president's policies that did see benefit to them, their families, their communities, to others as well. And that by you completely dismissing the former president and thinking that we need to move on to a quote unquote new day is a really bad idea. A really bad idea. By the way, I'm looking at the time, and I'm not sure if I have enough time to get to Bob in Naples' question. If you want to wear a mask, Bob, Bob wants to know what my problem is with masks. My problem with masks is this, that we have the data and information about mask and mandates mean that if we do this, and the government here locally or statewide or nationally tells us we have to mask up, that if we do this, that somehow the virus is going to go away. We have evidence to show that that's not the case, that mask mandates do not work. And you, as an individual, have every right to wear a mask. If that's what you want to do, that is fine. I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't. As a matter of fact, if you feel like that's something for you that you want to do, if you understand your possible comorbidity, if you know your age and who's affected and who's not affected, then that's your choice. But the fact that a government would come along and tell us that a mask mandate is mandatory, we have to do it because it does absolutely positively slow the spread of the virus in Southwest Florida, when I can give you graph after graph after data after scientists who have all put this together and said that's not the case. I want to be able to talk about that. But I can't. Because there are individuals who say you're not allowed to. How do you explain that? So that's what I'm saying, Bob. Hope that makes sense. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I got to his point because I knew the music was coming. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. And right there's Matt Devitt wants to tell us about the forecast.
Dense fog advisory in effect for your Tuesday morning. We will be starting with areas of low clouds, then eventually becoming